welcome to our live coverage of the 54th annual Cadiz Rotary Radio Auction. We're expecting a huge night tonight. We have a lot of special things happening tonight, and the first thing that I want to announce coming right out of the gate is we have a $9,000 match on Century Club. How about that
For a Wednesday night, yeah.
Yeah. So the word got around that we met our challenge last night of $7,000 on a Tuesday night. So we were able to add over $14,000 because of that last night to our Century Club. And so word came through last night late. Hey, let's up it a little bit. Let's put $9,000 in the kitty, and we'll match that. So we're off to a good start. And I'll wait and give you some of those names, but I have been getting checks ever since we announced it on Facebook just a little bit earlier today. We have about 155 items in the store we're going to sell tonight. Remind you, if you're just now tuning in, some people are just now finding the Rotary auction. Everything is online. All of the bidding will be online. You'll need to go to wkdzradio.com. You will look under Big Deals. When you get into the Big Deals store, if you'll go to the left rail, it will say Rally for Rotary. Rally for Rotary. When you go there, every single logo that you see that is a Rotary logo, every one of those dollars that we bring in will be invested in the youth and seniors of Cadiz and Tree County. So we're currently at 979 people in the store. That's a great start, and we're ready to roll here. So let's go. We have J.B. Moore and Alana Baker as our auctioneers tonight, and we have audio and video here for your coverage of the Rotary auction.
All right, so the way this works, we sell at the top of every hour. So we'll sell at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. So the best way to go into the Big Deal store and do that, if you will come down, once you get into wkdzradio.com, click on the menu tab, go to Big Deals. There will also be a menu tab in that. Go to Rally for Rotary, and on the top left, you'll see Sort By. If you will scroll down and put Auctions Ending Soon, and then over to the right, hit the Sort button, that will put the items that are going to sell the soonest. I've said that all 3 nights. And soonest.
It's a word.
Soonest. And you told me the same thing.
You're
but
good.
you also told me I couldn't read. So,
Well, now you said you couldn't read, now I agree with you.
so folks, hit the sort button there. That'll keep you on the most current items that are selling. And let's go over a few of those items that are going to sell at 7 o'clock tonight. First, we've got a 50-pound bag of, 30 bone brewed antler fuel deer mineral by Harold Knight. Yeah, exactly. And if Harold thinks that the antler fuel deer mineral is good, you know it's good, right? And we've got a sunflower wall plaque donated by Stuff and Balloons. We've got a gift certificate donated by Consignment World and Antiques. A Boston butt donated by James Ladd. Pure Grace Philosophy donated by Nancy Moore. 10 bales of straw by Cunda Farms. A $20 gift certificate to the No Way Jose Mexican restaurant right up here at I-24. We've got a gift certificate for one 30-minute golf lesson donated by Mitchell Moore Golf. That's item 18052. We've got a store gift certificate donated by Consignment World and Antiques. We've got a 10-piece NutriBullet RX 17-watt motor. I'm not real sure what that is. That's item 18950. Mixer?
It's a blender.
A blender.
Okay.
No wonder you didn't know.
No
what it
wonder
was.
I didn't know what that was. I like
Do
my
you know
stuff.
what room you can find one in?
Yeah, I probably could figure that out. But the good thing is you can go in the search tab at the top, type in 18958, and you can find that. Here with 2 women tonight. I don't know if this will work.
It's time for 2 women to be in coverage.
So we got 5 Chick-fil-A meal cards, a handcrafted Bluebird house by one of our own Rotarians, Rick Clemens. That's item 18530. A $25 Barbecue Shack gift certificate. And by the way, Barbecue Shack texted and asked if we'd had supper tonight and volunteered to bring us supper. And I said we've already been taken care of, but my good aunt there, we appreciate you calling and offering to bring supper.
Barbecue Shack is one of the fastest selling items in our deal store. We've been in the deal store for about 7 years now. They sell out within seconds. People love it.
Yeah, and it's busy. I mean, she does a great job. The food is terrific, but we thank you for calling Mindy and
Thank you,
offering to
Mindy.
bringing that down to us. Christmas ornaments from the Trigg County Historical Society, donated by Jackie Litt. That's item 18470. A 30-minute massage with Michelle Wade, an oil painting, copy of Kim's Collision artwork, bouquet of white roses, and a $50 gift certificate to Tiffany Baker, the Encore Beauty Salon.
All right. Well, I just first wanted to say I'm excited to be with y'all tonight. I've listened the past 2 nights, thought y'all have done a phenomenal job. I'm hope that I don't mess it up. I've been inspired ever since the Breakfast Monday. You know, Jameis was sharing stories about his time in Rotary and how he kind of came up through. And I got to thinking about the auction itself. And I can remember being a little girl and listening to the radio auction with my grandmother, Miss Mary Francis. And she had this square clock radio that sat in her living room. And you know, I mean, JB, you know how your kids are. They're always wanting to change the radio station. And I was that kid. I was like, you know, this is boring. They're just talking and doing. Let's
Yeah.
listen to some
What are they
music.
talking about?
Yes. And I remember on Friday nights, Dad and I did pizza and Dairy Queen Blizzards because my mom worked in Russellville for Dr. McCubbin. And so that was our Friday night gig. And my grandmother would always get Blizzards for a year. And that's, at this point, I would love a Dairy Queen Blizzard. I mean, it's warming up outside. I'm ready
Yeah.
for some ice cream and doing, but that's probably my first memory, first touch with the Rotary auction. So I think that that's cool. You know, you talk about Trey being so involved and enthusiastic about it that maybe he's going to be that next kid sitting here on the mic. I still feel like a kid, but
Well, you
know,
are.
that's-
You're still baby.
well, it
Yeah,
feels
he's
that way.
still baby.
He's been texting me all night. Dad, are you bidding on this? Dad, are you bidding on this? I'm like, if you don't go broke, son, I'll be surprised. So,
Do you know that Trey made silver level last night in his donation?
Ooh, yeah.
So he's in the big league
He
now.
is. He's one of the big dogs.
12
That's
years
cool.
old to give $250 to the Rotary Club of his own money.
How about
It's
that?
pretty impressive.
I keep hearing you call him the next president.
He's
and I
the
think
next
you're
president.
right. Yeah.
I'm Trey Moore for president.
Yeah.
I'm going to be his campaign manager.
That's awesome. But I've been thinking about those stories, and I love, even though we're not at the annex, we're not with our people, you know, congregating and doing. I love the story side of what we're doing. So I just thought I'd throw that out there, you know, probably my earliest memory of Rotaries with my grandmother. So anyway, throwing that out there. Get started with some more items. We've got a bunch selling at 7 o'clock. Kind of wish Alan Watts was here. He can do that. You know, it's 6:12 and 48 minutes or 38 minutes from
the
7
timekeeper
o'clock.
has sat over there all week, by the way.
Yeah, we
I
should've
don't know that I can do that.
Norman the first night, Paxton the second night, now Alana, you're in
Yeah,
charge.
I need that countdown going. So we've got really great items. The 7 o'clock hour is full of items. Visit wkdzradio.com, and you can sort under the Rally for Rotary, find these items. I think we've talked about it several times, but it's auctions ending soon. If you have trouble with the website, please call us. We've got people here at the station ready to answer your call and answer your questions. The phone number is 270-522-3232. It's real easy to remember. So I've got on my list, I've got a $25 gift certificate to the Fishing Hole. I've got 5 soil erosion blankets donated by Joe Nichols and Seven Springs Farms. We've talked about this. This is the time of year to be redoing your yard, and if you're a farmer, doing waterways and things. So that's a very generous donation by them. $25 gift certificate, Katie's Pharmacy. I've got an extra large t-shirt donated by the Big Apple Grill and Bar in Murray. That's a $15 item. $50 twice daily gift card, $25 gift certificate to Holiday Burgers, which they're opening at Lake Barkley Marina this summer, their second location. That's exciting.
Very excited about that.
Yes. One haircut from Dave's Barber Shop, a Europia, am I saying that right? Expandable storage rack, $50 gift certificate for Echo Charlie's Bayside Restaurant, 2 dozen ears of sweet corn, handmade cedar and walnut birdhouse. That's donated by Dennis Seeley Sr. Item number 17395. 50-pound bag of LG brand soybeans. That's donated by Nutrient Ag in Hopkinsville. Kingston homemade barbecue sauce. This is the hot flavored, donated by Nick and Ashley Kingston. $50 gift certificate to Young and Young Nursery and Landscaping, a 50-pound bag of Kentucky 31 fescue, brow design by Margaret Thomas at Tulip Poplar, and 1 round of golf with cart for 2 at any Kentucky State Park golf course. If you don't want to get away from home, you can use it here at Lake Barkley. If you need a weekend away, you can use that all the way over in eastern Kentucky. So some really good items. As always, visit the WKDCradio.com, sort in the big deals page for Rally for Rotary, and let's get some bidding, some action on these items.
Continuing on the 7 o'clock list, again, the easiest way is to sort, but if you need to do it a different way, you can do it by soonest, auctions ending soonest. We have another 50-pound bag of LG brand soybeans donated by Nutrient Ag. We have a first pitch baseball donated by Trigg County Athletic Department. That's always fun, I think, to do something special with our kids and to show your support for our athletes. You can get a $50 gift certificate to any retail grocery store in Cadiz. That's your choice. That's item number 18330. We'd like to see some Spirit of Rotary bids tonight on all of those gift certificates. We have a $100 Prizer Point Marina and Resort Lodging or Kentucky Lakes KOA camping. Go in, type in Prizer Point. They gave us about 35 items for the Rotary auction, several $1,000s worth. So whether you want a gift certificate to the pier or you want to go camping or you'd like to have the cottage or pontoon rental, they gave us a little bit of everything that they have for us to sell at the Rotary auction. The Gracie Dairy Dip, my friend Ashley Johnson sent me a message last night with the menu sign. Yes, they do have chuck wagon sandwiches.
All right.
So Nancy Hollingsworth, if you're listening tonight, you got to know we're going to go get us a chuck wagon sandwich at the Gracie Dairy Dip. We have several gift certificates from Gracie Dairy Dip, and we appreciate their donation very much. We have a $35 gift certificate for Wildcat Paws and Claws. We have a $50 gift certificate by First Choice Tire and Fleet Service. That's a brand new business in Hopkinsville, and we thank them for coming on board in their early days of business. That's very generous to do that, especially when you're just getting started. We have a black long sleeve sweatshirt with Kentucky on it. It's in leopard print. That's donated by Ann McCormick. That's item 18256, 18256. We have a lot of baseball caps that Advance Auto Parts gave us. So if you want Ford, if you want Chevy, if you want Coke, whatever brand you like, they have several of those in the deal store. We have a gift certificate for Mr. Mulch. It's that time of year to get your mulch down. They gave us a bunch of nice gift certificates to help you with your spring landscaping projects. We have, this is a really cool Hess Truck Collector's Edition donated by a friend of Rotary. It's item number 18950, item number 18950. This is a collector's edition. You need to go in, we have some pictures in there of that for you to look at. That's an $88 item, and we need some bid activity on that for sure. If you're a farmer's daughter shopper, if you have the addiction to TFD, then we have a $100 gift certificate for your shopping pleasure in the store tonight, and that's item 18899. We have a book of Lest We Forget donated by Jim Wallace. We have sold hundreds of those books in this community. No telling how many dollars Rotary has made from the sale of Lest We Forget books, and that's a really great story if you've never read it.
Overvalue item.
Overvalue item, and I love it. We have a $25 gift certificate to Clean Right Cleaners. We have a Ziobros Formals gift certificate. This is a really good time for that. We've got prom coming up in Caldwell County just in a week or two. So that's a good time to go ahead and buy your gift certificate and get over there and get your last minute items. We have 3-gallon azalea, pink, white, or red, donated by Rolling Hills Nursery, and a gift certificate for Hancock's donated by Barclay Plantation.
We are still in need of, obviously, Century Club, so let's talk about that a minute. 270-522-3232. There's a couple different ways you can donate. If you do the sorting, or if you just go to Rally for Rotary, at the very top you'll see Buy It Now. There's a lot of different values you can do. You've got a $100 Century Club, which is a bronze level. Buy It Now. You click on that. You put your credit card information in. Do it immediately. You can call 522-3232 and give the phone workers tonight your name, information, and your pledge for that. So there's several different ways you can do that. You can mail us a check, P.O. Box 713, Cadiz, Kentucky 42211. Obviously, that is a little bit slower, and we might not get in on our totals, and we're really wanting to make a good goal here. I've kind of challenged Beth, Norman, and Paxton this week, and Penny was one of the highest auctions we've ever had, so I'm really trying to strive to, because I'm competitive. I mean, I really
Just
am.
a little, just a little, JB.
Right. I've got a Century Club bet that came in over here, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Look, yeah, we got the bell and the
Yeah,
tambourine.
we're rolling tonight.
Ricky and Penny Jones, which Penny is a Rotarian for many years and has done a lot. She talked on the radio last night. They have pledged $250 in memory of John R. Vinson III. We lost a community member today, or last night, this morning, that is a legend in this area. He took care of a lot of families. I can't say enough about John Vinson. Every time I seen John, he smiled. He had great things to say about people, and truly a legend in this community. Anything, he'd be in my top 5. If I needed something, I feel like I could have called Mr. John, and no doubt he would have come to the table with whatever I needed. Just a great family, owns the local funeral home here for some of you listeners that don't know, the Goodwin Funeral Home. And Penny and Ricky have give $250 in his honor. So this could be something, if you haven't give to us or wondering, what can I do, this would be a great cause, and Mr. John would be smiling down on whoever does this. But the first one I've seen tonight that stopped at my little station here was from Ricky and Penny Jones, $250 for Mr. John R. Vinson. So
That's awesome. Every year at auction time, he would call us normally right in that last hour. He'd say, how you doing? How are we looking for the night? And sometimes he would just give you some crazy bid for an item. You'd have a $20 gift certificate. He'd say, oh, put me down for $200. I said, no, Mr. John, it's at $20. He said, I'll just put me down for $200. He seemed to know when we were slow and we were struggling, and always kind of gave us that little extra boost. And, those kind of people in your community are just, they're silent giants. You don't even really realize all they do, because they don't do it because they want the recognition. They do it because they want to do what's right.
Absolutely.
We will miss him. We will miss him.
I never seen Mr. John get a loud voice. He was always calm, gentle. You knew he was talking, and you better listen, because
That's right.
He just, when he talked, you listen. That's just the bottom line on that.
I'm a details person anyway, but John R. always had monogrammed cuffs on his sleeves, and I always noticed that. They would come to church every once in a while out at Bethel, and has obviously grew up with him and his family, but it's a great loss to our community. Our thoughts and prayers are with John Mark. As a Rotarian, I know he's got a lot on his plate anyway, and then the loss of his father will hit him. It'll hit their family pretty hard. So just if we can, thoughts and prayers to them for sure.
Absolutely. Have we had any more Century Clubs? We need Century Club.
I was just hoping you were going to ask that question, because
I knew it. I could see it. You were just tentative over there.
I have a very nice long list of Century Club donations that are part of our $9,000 match. $9,000. So that means at the end of tonight, we want to be able to say we've added $18,000 to that total. If you remember last night, we finished out the night, I think we're at about 109. Is that right, Josh? Was it about 109? So this would put us at one. Well, we do need 20, but, in order to keep our Captain Math going in the right direction, we need to add at least 18,000, and I think we will. So here are some that I would like to acknowledge. Jeff Sims, who is a magistrate over in Caldwell County, has been a friend ever since I bought the radio station over there. He's been very, very supportive of our company. He sent in $100 last night. I didn't see it when it went through the store last night, but thank you, Jeff. I hope you're listening tonight, and I really do appreciate your support. Cindy Allen Lax has given us $250. That will go to the DJ Everett III Scholarship Fund. Bailey Oliver and Shay Godwin. Shay called early this morning. I'm going to run by and drop off a check. She gave us a $250 Century Club donation. Natalie Dixon is in at $100. My mom, Nancy Blackford, has given a $100 check, and that's in honor of, she says it's in honor of Beth Mann, but I'm going to defer it to the DJ Everett III Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it a lot. That means a lot to me. Scott Brown is $200 for the DJ Everett III Scholarship Fund. Ray Wyatt is in at $100. Hancock's Neighborhood Market got a platinum out of Mallory tonight, $1,000. Bob and
Where's
Mallory.
your tambourine?
There's my tambourine. Thank you, Mallory.
Yeah.
Thank you for dinner too. It was awesome. Bob and Mallory also came in right in behind that with another $500 check. So we've got $1,500 from Hancock's and from Bob and Mallory. Joe and Pat Rogers, oh, it's so awesome to see Miss Pat today. Came by and brought us some mighty fine Tree County Farmers Bank items.
I'm not gonna lie, this is sitting on my station, and I just keep
I've been seeing
touching
you looking
it.
at it and touching it. And I'm watching you over there. It was purely coincidental, but it was probably a pretty good plan. If we'd have thought about it, you were the right person to put that on your plate. So Joe and Pat brought us a check for $300 for the Century Club tonight, and some really nice Tree County Farmers Bank items that will go up in the store tomorrow. Kim Darnell has given us $100, and then the Rick and Penny Jones at $250. So that's what we're starting with
starting off
tonight.
That's amazing.
At $625, we are well on our way to $9,000 on our Century Club match. If you would like to call and pledge tonight, 270-522-3232 is the phone number. We have Rotarians answering the phone tonight, or you can go online in the Big Deal store, just type in the word Century. Every level of Century Club will pop up, and you can, it's like a bite now. You can select which level you want to do. It will ask you for credit card information. You can pay now, or you can wait and pay by check when you do check out with all your other items.
The neatest thing, Beth prints us off a list every day, and before we get started, so that's what we go off of as far as reading, because it's hard for us while we're talking on the radio, obviously, to scroll through 700 items, just like, so you can imagine yourself at home not having to talk on the radio, but trying to figure out what to bid on and what you have bid on, what you hadn't bid on, and whatnot. So the sort button is really important to you if you wanted to do that. But what I noticed about your sheet, Beth, is when you brought this tonight, because bidding goes on day, night, constantly. It's 24-hour bidding since Sunday midnight, or Monday morning, 12:01 a.m.
Right?
Most every item, which thrills me to death, is at value or over value. There's a few in there, but we don't, we're not looking for a bargain. This is a charity event.
Absolutely.
We're trying to support the youth and seniors of the county, and they need us now more than ever. I think of Miss Pat Rogers. You were talking about her. She was a Rotarian. She got me started at the complex bidding and stuff, and she said, I seen your son, and he reminds me so much of you when you were a kid. But we're doing this for the youth and seniors of this county, and they need you now more than ever. So if you're on there trying to find a bargain, I mean, that's okay. It takes every shopper to make it go. But if you see an item, and it's a $25 value, and you've got an extra $10, bid $35. This is going for a great cause. You're going to use the gift certificate anyway, so really you're only costing you $10.
That's right.
Just to support. So, oh my goodness, speaking of legends.
Legends in the house, hold the presses. Legends in the house.
Got barbecue all over my Rotary shirt.
Barbecue.
Man, we'll find you another one. As soon as I find my others, I'll give you one of them.
This could be a guessing contest. If you talk about barbecue, chickens, and butts, who would you think of?
What?
The one and only.
Butts and chickens.
Jim
Yeah,
Wallace.
yeah.
Welcome, Jim.
So one of the things we added this year is a special visit with a Rotarian at the bottom of each hour, and that has been really fun. I think it's been fun to do because in past years, every single second, we had to sell an item at least every 45 seconds or we were going to be in the hole at the end of the week. So in order to acknowledge every bid, in order to thank every donor, we didn't get to stop down and really talk a lot about why Rotary and what do we do with money from Rotary and, what's this all about? And so our PR piece was really lacking. In fact, we may have even sometimes been short with someone when we should have been gracious to someone. So we thought maybe this would be a nice way for people to get to know Rotarians or for Rotarians to be able to say, this is why I do that. So let's start with Jim. When did you join Rotary? Do you remember what year it was?
I believe, Beth, that was 1988. So it was when I made a move from...
Alana said that's when I was born. Go ahead and just say it out loud. Go ahead.
Alana says that's the year
That's
she
when I
was
was
born.
born.
I was 5 years old.
So,
I'm so sorry.
but I
We
had
love
tried.
you.
I just didn't have if you're working at building level in a school district, you just don't have the freedom of time that you need to be a Rotary member, at least back then. We're a little more flexible now than I think we were back then, but when I moved to central office in 1988, and of course I had been exposed to the things that Rotary was trying to do and were doing in the community in terms of supporting back then the youth, especially the youth, I was familiar with their auction. My dad, before he passed, he used to like to take part in the auction, and he brought a bushel basket of pups up here one year to sell. Y'all were talking about selling goats last night. Well, he brought a bushel basket, 6 puppies, I believe,
Goodness.
to find them a home, and I think he was successful. But 1988, so that would be, 33 years, maybe? Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Are you 33?
Not yet.
Okay. So, yes, I've been a member 33 years, and I've seen a lot of growth in what we do, and, I really believe in the spirit of Rotary, which truly is just the spirit of giving. And I think we all need to renew that spirit in ourselves every now and then, and certainly this time of the year I felt it yesterday when we were selling barbecue chickens, and people, they buy 2 chickens and it's $16, and they give you 20 and say keep the change, and so and our barbecue, by the way, we did really well this year. We turned it into a 5-day event rather than a 2.5-day event.
Right. So you worked really hard on it.
Genesis was very gracious to do that. We called off our Saturday and had to come back and redo, did our chickens on Tuesday, and it didn't rain on Saturday, and it did on Tuesday, so I don't know what former superintendent made that call, but it was not a good call. Because
Tim McGinnis shouldn't have done that.
I'm going to blame the weatherman out here. Is he here? Anybody but me. But we really had a good barbecue this year. I think we're going to be pleased with how that turns out when we get all our expenses in and everything best. So, but Rotary, the little town I grew up in, I don't know how I picked this up. I know I picked a lot of it from my dad, but the whole idea that we're all in this together, and I guess it goes back to that saying, it takes a whole village to raise a child. I certainly came from one that the whole village helped raise me, and I know how important it is for us to, and the Rotary, what we do here, all through the year really gives us a chance to have develop positive relationships and have positive touches with other people. And I think that strengthens the community. I think that makes us stronger. We certainly have enough to divide us in the world, and we need to look for opportunities to bring us together. And this week is a great week to do that, and I've seen it happen year after year after year, and it's amazing the way it happens. And I really believe it's all in the spirit of giving.
Jim, I know you do a lot with Genesis Express. What is it about that organization that drives your efforts and your attention?
Well, I had a lot of those men now in school, and I coached for the first 20 years of my career. I coached and had several of them on some of the teams that I coached, and I just developed a great relationship with them and a very trusting relationship, and so I've just tried to support them and what they do, and they have the same mission as Rotary has. They have the spirit of Genesis, and they're very giving guys, and their heart's in the right place. So they're just great friends, and we've had some good barbecues down through the years. I've tried to find out our first barbecue, and I'm not sure when it was. I think it was somewhere in the 90s, so we're up in the 20-something years they've helped us with fill the pits. And by the way, we overfilled the pits this year, so we had people that were good to wait till it was finished, especially the chickens. We had to do 3 cookings of chickens, so we had a great weekend and extended it into Tuesday. So. Yeah, that group, Genesis, is they really need some youth in that group, just like we do, and we've been fortunate. We got folks, like David and JB and others that are younger, that are kind of stepping in. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so I kind of look for ways to pass it on, and they got to be there. So I would support young black men in our community to look at Genesis as a way to get involved in the community and be a part of the community and catch the spirit, of giving. So that's what it's all about. We're all in this together, and I'll say that. Another thing Rotary did that I wasn't aware of, we do a great job locally, but it also gives you an international outreach, Rotary does, and we affect folks all over the world. And sometimes when I take the time to read my magazine and find out all the things that we're doing worldwide, it's absolutely amazing what this organization does worldwide.
We're, of course, looking forward to Friday night, Fish Fry with Genesis.
Yes, they're here, and they plan to be somewhere on the campus here.
Yeah, they've been here, and we've worked out space for them. So you'll come into our regular entrance, go to the back parking lot, the lot between us and Subway is where you're going to eventually end up, and they're going to set up their food concession stands there. You'll be able to get out of your car, get your plate. You can get a sandwich for $6. You can get a plate for $10, catfish. And all the trimmings, and then just drive right around the building and back out. So they're going to be in full force. They've got a full crew here on Friday, and we're very excited to host them on our parking lot.
I encourage folks to take part in that because they do have great fish, and that's been a very popular event when we were downtown, and everybody could get in line. So now just drive in and get in line and call in. I think they want you to call in, isn't that right?
He said you could if you wanted, or just come get it. It's till we sell out, so they're going to start serving at 5 o'clock. And this is really their first big fundraiser since COVID happened. They missed the Ham Festival, which is their biggest event of the year. And we tried to get something worked out with them during Ham Festival weekend, and they had some things going on within their club. They were concerned about COVID, and so they're trying to make up just like everyone else. So Friday night, 100% of their proceeds they get to keep. And so we encourage you very much to come out, have dinner with Genesis Express Friday.
Support them. They have a really good project going. They're trying to develop a new event center in some of the property that Ms. Oates donated to them. So they need our support, and I encourage folks to support them.
Well, Jim, I want to thank you for your service to this community since 1988. That's very impressive as a Rotarian and former school superintendent. And most people refer to you as Coach Wallace. I know you impacted a whole lot of kids, and you're still impacting kids today.
Well, I try, and on the coach title, especially kids that I had back then still call me coach. And I said, since I've been superintendent, I'll take coach. I've been called a lot of other things. So.
Hey, y'all, let's give it up for Mr. Jim Wallace. All right, timekeeper, we got 22 minutes before our first group of items sell. Alana Baker on mic with us tonight. And Alana, we've looked forward to tonight, getting you, a local kid, in to talk about Rotary and help our community understand what it is we're really doing with our money. We raise a lot of money, and it's fun. JB's competitive. I'm competitive. I mean, I like to win. I get up to win every single day. I don't think I've done well unless I've done better than I did last time. I mean, that's just how I think. But what's really awesome is when those requests start coming in, and the answer is yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, it's not.
That's what's fun.
That's right. It's not very often that we have to come back and say no. And we've fulfilled some really big requests, especially since I've been in the club. I've seen some really significant community projects that have gotten funding from the Rotary Club, and it's all because of what we're doing this week. It's the money that comes from this and the funds that we're raising. It's incredible. I was a Rotary scholarship kid. I'm one of the ones that Scott fusses about that did not come back and renew my scholarship. So I've been on the receiving end of that Scott Sutherland fussing. So it allowed me, my freshman year, I went to school for free.
Yeah.
And it was a part of that deal that
That's
I
awesome.
had. So
you earned that.
I was always touched by Rotary and maybe didn't realize it until I got older. And I didn't mean to make Mr. Jim feel bad. But when he said I joined in 1988, I was like, oh.
Notice he cut you out on the young people too, though.
Yeah, when he said young people, we didn't include you either.
He said David, JB, and he looked at you and said, I ain't messing with her.
She's done cutting me, I'm gonna cut her back.
That's okay. I can take it. So, but I enjoy, as a young person, being involved in my community. You know, I see a lot of people that want to be involved and maybe don't know how. And this is a big endeavor. When they think of Rotary, they think of the auction. They think of the money that we're raising and what we're doing with that money. And it is a big production, but there are other ways to get involved in Rotary too. It's not just the auction that we do. Rotary is year-round for us. So I encourage people, you know, reach out to a Rotarian, ask them, come to a few meetings. We don't bite, you know, we like guests. It's nice to see a new face every once in a while. So it's wonderful. You said it, you know, a couple nights ago, don't underestimate our community. We always come through, we take care of our own, and we see it over and over, time and time again. So getting off my soapbox here, but
We're good. We're 20 minutes away from 7.
So I've got just a few more items that I wanted to touch on that we're selling tonight, and I looked a couple of them up because I didn't feel like we're doing them justice on the air. That's the wonderful thing about this system through the Big Deal store is that everybody can see every picture of items. You know, normally we are just relying on us talking about it and describing it, and people are bidding in faith, but you can actually see everything. Every item that is here, that is physical, that's not a gift certificate, there's a picture of it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been sitting here searching items and doing, so I'm going to go back and touch on a few. We talked about the Pure Grace Philosophy donated by Nancy Moore. That's actually a shampoo, bath, and body lotion set. You know, just looking at the title, you may not know what that is, but when you click into it, you can see that. So obviously, the NutriBullet is a blender. I'm glad that we could teach you something.
I looked at the photo. That's pretty cool.
See, he's
set.
curious
Right?
now.
See, that's
Might have even bid on it.
see, you're learning something, JB.
I know.
Teaching old dog new tricks every once in a
You know,
while.
blender can be used for a lot of things.
We have Christmas ornaments that are selling at 7 o'clock. There's 3 of them actually in that set. There's the 2020, which is Lake Barkley State Resort Park 50th anniversary ornament from
Which
the
is gorgeous, by the way.
Historical Society. The 2019 Ag ornament, and then the 2018 the Bridge ornament. So that's actually a pretty cool
Real
set.
nice set,
If
yeah.
you like history, you know, specifically Trigg County history, that's pretty cool, and that's selling at 7 o'clock. This Your Opia expandable storage rack, those are for baking pans. Again, something that I didn't even know what it was. I get to go and look and see the picture, and then it's like, oh, of course, that makes sense. So, few more items that we hadn't talked about yet. We've got a 3-gallon azalea. You get to pick your color, pink, white, or red, donated by Rolling Hills Nursery. I think we've got several of those. That item selling at 7 is $18,229. $25 gift certificate to the Pier Floating Restaurant at Prizer Point Marina and Resort. $25 gift certificate for Hancock's donated by Barclay Plantation. 2 adult admission tickets donated by the Sherry Theater in Murray. $50 gift certificate for Little River Vet Clinic. You know, it's that time of year. I've seen, we've got a farm cat that's very, very pregnant. She is going to, I need something like that because we need to make sure that mama cat does not get pregnant anymore.
Need to fix that.
We need to fix that, yes. Coca-Cola ball cap, it's red, donated by Advanced Auto Parts. $25 Hancock's Neighborhood Market gift card. $25 gift certificate to Ziorbros Formals in Princeton, and you hit the nail on the head. It's prom season. They don't just have dresses. Every girl needs a necklace and earrings and accessories, shoes. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that we can use that for, and there's actually 2 of those selling at 7 o'clock, 2 of those certificates. So, custom t-shirt donated by Yellow Ribbon Designs. You can find her on Facebook. She's got all kinds of stuff on her Facebook page if you want to look and see what kind of designs she does. 23-inch simulated diamond encrusted necklace. This is donated by the Hitching Post. And then we've got more jewelry. We've got a genuinely Jenny entwined horse heart necklace. It's a mare and a stallion. They're head to head in a
Very
heart
beautiful.
shape. It's really cool. If you like horses, and we've got several of those folks in this community, this is the item for you. Gray and black skull cap donated by Advanced Auto Parts. That's item number 18212. $50 gift certificate to the Cadiz Family Restaurant. Got lucky last night. I got my coffee for a year. I can be my father-in-law's favorite daughter-in-law for another year. So
All right.
I'm good to go.
You're good. Good
I'm
for
good
you.
for another year. So
Smart girl.
large single topping pizza donated by Casey's General Store, and an oil change donated by Penny Raw Ford. Again, some of these items, there are multiples of them. We're selling on different nights. When you go into WKDZradio.com, click on the Big Deal store, go to the Rally for Rotary, and sort by auction ending soon. We are now at the 15-minute mark, so we've got
15
we've got a
minutes.
bunch of items fixing to close out.
So we're selling 155 items tonight. About 60 or so are selling in the first hour, and then the second hour is always the busiest. The 9 o'clock hour, we spend some time talking about what's forward. You can bid on anything in the store. You can bid on Thursday and Friday night items. Everything is visible that we have in our hands tonight. I do want to touch base on a couple of large items. One of the large items that is selling tonight, we need some more activity on it, we'll sell at 9 o'clock, is a 2021 Polaris Outlaw 70 ATV that is donated by JPM Performance Power Sports. That's item 18934. All the specs are there on item 18934, and currently we're at $2,300 on that item. You cannot find any type
No.
of ATV right now. They're hard to get. They're really hard to get. And so JPM got this one for us. In fact, it's not even here yet. It's supposed to be here on Friday. And then he said it could be November before he gets another one. So,
Wow.
you know, if you're thinking about doing that for a young person, this is designed for a younger person. You might want to go ahead and just do that through the Cadiz Rotary Club. Also, if you have not been by the WKDZ studios, you may not have seen in person the Kubota LX 2610 SU HD tractor. It has a front loader. We're working with H&R AgriPower on that from Kubota. It's item number 18480, 18480. That tractor is retailed at $21,167. Our current bid on it is $19,550. And then we just rolled onto the parking lot earlier today, a 2018 Keystone Outback Ultralight. It is a travel trailer. It's donated by a friend of Rotary. It is immaculate, perfect condition, gorgeous. We'll sleep 8, and as the owner said, comfortably 6. So I think what that means, it's plenty large for you to go on a long weekend or a week-long vacation and enjoy every minute of it. The retail value on that is $36,000. Our current bid is $18,000 on that item. So we're only at 50% on that. We'd like to at least get to around 75% of value. I mean, that's about where we are. That's where we're averaging, in fact. For our 2 nights, we're at about 75% value, so certainly we need some more activity there.
And now these items, they're all out front, and people can touch them and go in them, and
Yep.
you know they're here for you to look at. That's the awesome thing about having it here at the radio station or at the annex. You can come see them in person and see if it's something you're interested in.
I even got in that little Prius today and figured out how to start it and everything. It's
Ooh.
a hybrid. I'm telling you, it took me back to my college days. I had a Honda CRX. And it got about 50 miles to a gallon. Y'all, I would drive to Lexington and back on 5 gallons. It was awesome. It didn't quite take 5 gallons. It was more than that.
How long
was a
did it
little
take
more
you
than
to
that.
figure out how to start it?
Well, I did have to kind of stumble around just a little bit. You know, okay, so let's see. It doesn't have a key. It has a push button. I need a young person like Webb Booth to help me with that. Like, okay, let's see. And then you can't hear it really. It's very quiet. But I figured it out. It all worked out okay. All right, on our quest for our $9,000 tonight for Century Club, because we have $9,000 in match money, we just got a donation from Gary Poston for $120, and it's in memory of John R. Vinson. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate that, and I know for sure that John R. and his family certainly would be smiling over that.
We've also got a couple more Century Clubs that have come in. Will Ezel with Katie's Overhead Door. He actually came by the office today and donated another item. He sold you was trying to talked the other night about smart, and I couldn't figure out what you were talking about. Well, it was the garage.
Well, what are you saying? Because it was smart, you couldn't figure it out?
That's
What is it
exactly
that you
right.
mean
That's
by that?
exactly right.
Okay.
So Will came by today and donated another item, but he's also called in a $100 Century Club in memory of John R. Vinson as well. I've also got from Hopkinsville, so hey, we're getting people from out of our local community
That's
here.
right.
Ben Fletcher, Fletcher Law Firm, $100 Century Club.
Thank you, Ben.
We appreciate that
very much.
I think Ann Isom works in there with Ben Fletcher and been there a long time. But 270-522-3232 is the number here at the radio station. We get in trouble when the phone doesn't ring, right?
Yeah, we do.
They
Because we
send
end
us dirty text and
Yeah,
no calls,
hateful.
no calls. I'm
Just
like,
hateful to us.
I mean, it's terrible. David Miller, I mean, he really gives me down the road. So please, if you don't do anything but call and talk to Penny and David in there, and I'm not sure who else, John Ruffley, I seen him walk by. Jim Wallace might still be around. Just say, hey, we're calling just to make sure y'all are awake, just so the phone has traffic and we don't look bad. We just can't handle that. Okay, we got about 10 minutes on the 7 o'clock hour, so get in there and get your bids on the items. We were talking about that little Prius. The person that donated the Prius sent this text message today because it's just a super nice automobile, and she got on there and saw what the value, and she said, that's just too cheap. You've got to do something. Her response was fantastic mileage, hybrid, WeatherTech floor liners, back seats fold down with high tailgate. There's very large cargo area, 51 miles to the gallon highway, almost 500 miles on a tank of gas. I mean, and we're at $6,850 on that automobile. We need to get that thing up to about $10,000 tonight, and then we have a couple more nights to add a little more to it. And you were talking about the camper or the travel trailer. I've typed in camper, so you can't find it on camper. We might need to put that note in there. But if
Keyword.
you put travel or trailer or Outback or Keystone, if somebody will call me tonight and give about $40,000 for that thing, I'll let you sleep in it in the parking lot. Yeah, we'll run a cord out there and use WKDZ's power to run it tonight.
Actually,
and
that'd be
Alana will
perfect.
take you somewhere tomorrow to get you set up for the weekend, long weekend, right?
That's right. That's Will. We love camping. Everybody knows that. JB, y'all have had campers and are well experienced. I mean, this thing is ready to go. It's time for camping season. We're biting at the bit, ready to go too. So as soon as we can get out of the field, we've got our plans.
I can't tell my wife because when I came in, Alana said, "Did y'all go look at the camper out front?" And I was like, "No."
I heard your wife wants a toy hauler, or was that JB talking
Yeah,
out
that's
loud?
probably a mutual agreement there. But anyway, no, it's camping season. You can't find these. If you call today and order a new camper the way you want it, it's probably a year out. But this is like new out there, so be sure you stop by and take a look at that. We have a boat slip rental at Lake Barkley Marina. We've got a Brandon Ezel with Snap-on Tools donated a red 3-drawer flip-up lid Snap-on cart. It's a $1,245 value, and we're currently at $350 on that, so we need some activity for that. We've got a Charlie Daniels signed fiddle donated by Rick and Meg Hicks. It's at $1,000, so we've got a lot of good activity. Let me talk about one item here. Monday morning at the breakfast, we had this complete collection of Bicentennial Pens. This sold at the breakfast on Monday. It's a shadow box from the lumber from a local farm here off the Junior Adams farm out in the Siloam community. And Steve Mallory, who's on the Historical Society, has made a shadow box, and there's every Bicentennial pen in this box. And last year, obviously, was 200 years for Trigg County. They asked local businesses to make a pen to give out to customers or people or sell them or whatever. And I don't know the number of pens that's in that box. I should count that and let them know that tomorrow. 76? Does that sound right? That might be way off. I don't know. But it's a bunch.
It's plumb full.
It's full.
Yeah.
Like, I hope and don't hope that they don't come out with 10 more because there won't be room because it's full. But this was donated back. The person that bought it at the breakfast donated it to the museum. The museum said, hey, y'all need to make money, so we're going to donate it back to the Rotary Club, and that's up to $500 again. So that's $3,400 that this piece has brought in already. So, stuff like that really goes a long way. That's the bottom line money.
We're here for one reason only, the youth and seniors of this county, and any needs, and I'm telling you, the needs are greater than ever. Stuff comes up that you can't even imagine. We've got an angel tree, we've got Thanksgiving baskets we've got sports events that we try to help with, we've got uniforms we're asked to buy for, kids use soccer, senior citizens needed exercise equipment a year or two ago. Time flies. It could have been 5 years, Sissy. You have to correct me on that. So it's really been, we do a lot of things with the money that we raise. One other thing, Beth, I want to talk about. Tonight is a little special night for us, and we haven't had a chance to really get into this yet. But tonight is Caldwell Banker Service First Realty Gina Allen night. And we announced this earlier on the radio today, and it's kind of near and dear to my heart because out of all the realtors in town, and I love all of them dearly, do business with a lot of them, Gina was when I started before I ever got into business. And she sold me and my wife my first house, and she's just a jewel. I mean, a crown jewel. And Joey Ricks and the group at Caldwell Banker, I think of Betty Ricks when I think of Caldwell Banker, have gotten together and pulled up money tonight. Joey Ricks, Tom Hughes, Shelley Lewis, Craig Stallings, Mary Jo Bryant, Wendell Tincher, Brandon Warfield, Sandy Oakley, Mary Johnson. He's got a big crew up there.
Yeah, wow, I didn't realize there were that many. That's
Yes.
awesome.
And Gina, for years, and I've experienced that the last couple of years because we've moved this to the Farm Bureau office, and it's a team effort. We took items to Gina for probably, 20 years?
At least.
And Betty before that, maybe. I don't know. That was before my time, before Alana was born. But anyway.
It started with Betty, you're right.
It started with Betty,
And then
okay.
Gina helped Betty, and then once Betty retired, and then Gina took it completely on her own. And
Well, it's a project, and it's a team effort. My girls will tell you that they say, I'll take items to JB at Farm Bureau. Let me tell you what, I take about 1/10 of the items in. Lisa, Jennifer, and Tammy and Norman have taken in the other 90%. It's truly a team effort. So everybody on this list, and I don't know if everybody's been there the whole entire time with Gina, but I'm telling you, it's a group effort, and they all contributed to the Cadiz Rotary auction every year. I've got 2 rooms filled up at Farm Bureau with stuff. Their building was completely full. Every time I'd go over there, I'd dump the stuff on there and the tickets. This was before we had even the new system.
before Martha Lou came along.
Right. It was the old paper system.
Right.
Gina had everything organized. She knew exactly where every item was. Vital player to the community and to the Rotary Club. So tonight is Caldwell Banker Service First Realty, Gina Allen night. So if you would like to give 270-522-3232 in honor or in memory of Gina Allen tonight, call in, and this will be a special night for her, and I know that she's smiling down on us now. I can't say enough good things about Gina. She was a dear friend of mine, and I think there was nobody that could say anything bad about Gina Allen.
Gina and I worked very closely together because she put the items in the computer, and then I sorted through all of the items of when we would sell those. So she and I would communicate dozens of times every day during Rotary Auction Week about when she would get new stuff, she'd send it over to me, and then when I would get it laid out for the night, then once it would sell through, it would go to her. So she and I communicated a lot together. And
2-minute warning on the bid.
All right, 2-minute warning on your bid. So I'll be the first to put something in Gina's honor. She was a terrific customer of our company for many years and a personal friend. So the Edge Media Group will put $250 additional in our donation for Gina Allen tonight.
Yeah.
All right, $658 and a half.
And some change.
And some change, all right. All right, so we got about 1.5 minutes to get your final bids in on your 7 o'clock item. When you are the high bidder, it will tell you that. When you get outbid, it will tell you that. And if you are the successful high bidder at 7 o'clock, it will send you an email that says you can pay now. If you want to pay now, feel free to do so. You'll do that with credit card. If you want to wait and pay for everything at one time, you can wait and do that. You can pay by check. We are going to do pickup of items on Friday and Saturday. Is that correct, JB?
That's my understanding.
All right, so from 10
to 3 on Friday. Keith Washer's coming down to the office. I've had a lot of people come to the office
1
today.
minute.
I'm not really
1 minute warning.
prepared at the moment to do that, but Friday we'll be there for sure, 10 to 3, and then Saturday 8 to 12. So that's going to give us a couple days to get it figured out. So
Okay.
we're down to the countdown. How are we, Alana?
You've got 45 seconds.
45 seconds. Get in there,
Watching the
get
countdown.
to bidding on your items. I tell you what, Beth, a lot of these items are overbid. I'm excited.
I'm looking for Spirit of Rotary. We are down to the crunch. We're at hump day. We're 30 minutes away from halfway through this auction, right?
You know, we always say when we're at the annex, you know, that go ahead and put your best bid in, and I think that this is a prime time to do it. If you're going to get an item, you've got 30 seconds. Nope, we're down to 8 seconds to do it. Put your
8
best bid
seconds.
in, and let's
Hit
go.
send.
Yes, place bid.
Place bid. At 7:30, we will be at our halfway point on the Rotary auction for 2021. So when you think about that, we've still got a lot of work to do, but we've done a lot too. So hit it sold. It's already something sold.
There
I'm
you
sure.
go.
I just got an outbid notice on something. Somebody just swooped in on me at 7 o'clock.
I got tickled today. I had a call that said that people are waiting till the last 30 seconds. So if you're
Yeah.
already at $10 over and somebody comes in last 30 seconds,
Too
you can say,
bad,
"Hey,
so
I gave
sad."
good
That's
effort."
right.
Gave a good effort. So.
We have some pretty smart bidders, that's for sure.
Yep.
So I get an email, believe it or not, of every item we sell in our deal store. So
That's a
thousands
lot of
of
emails,
a lot
Beth.
of emails. So in just a few minutes, it'll start popping up. You know, this item sold, 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 sold. So thank you for great bidding in the first hour. We've seen terrific activity in the first hour of our live coverage on WKDZ FM, Cadiz, Hopkinsville, Princeton.
How many people are we looking at in the store?
Let's see how many
Beth?
people we got in the store.
I
That's
love
kinda
that
fun.
That's-
screen. I'm like,
I'm kind of a numbers nerd anyway, and keep listening to it every night, and all I can think about is, wow,
Like,
you
how's
know?
that happen, right?
Yes, that is.
there's so many people it won't even pop up.
Yeah, here's what happened.
It's
It'll start
refreshing.
looping around.
It's like rerouting.
It'll loop and loop and loop. It's crazy. So it's 7:01 p.m. We have 2,171 people in the store at the moment.
That's incredible.
Not bad. Not
Not
bad for
bad,
7
not
o'clock
bad.
on
And they're-
Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night. of
It's
all
church
things.
night.
It's church night.
Yeah.
Somebody may be doing this at church.
I just got a I just got a text message, and I don't know if how we do this or not, but Caldwell Banker, Service First Realty, the group of realtors that I listed, I'm going to list them again: Joey Ricks, Tom Hughes, Shelley Lewis, Craig Stallings, Mary Jo Bryant, Wendell Tincher, Brandon Warfield, Sandy Oakley, and Mary Johnson. Joey Ricks just texted me. They've got $2,000 to donate
Oh, wow.
tonight. So good job. Way to go, Caldwell Banker. I know Gina is super proud of y'all.
That's wonderful.
And there's nothing better than her smiling down on us tonight, and she's just super proud. I know she knew every deal, everything that was going on in y'all's office, and y'all loved her dearly. And we can't thank y'all enough for the support that you've done for the Rotary year after year. And Gina's smiling.
No question about it. Thank you all so much. We appreciate that. If you would like to make a donation in Gina's honor, I mean, I can't think of a better reason and a better way, because she wanted to help our kids and our seniors. I mean, she committed a lot of time to Rotary. That was one of her primary areas where she donated her time, not just her money, but her time. It's easier to write a check than it is to give your time.
Yes, it is.
It really is. But, you know, a lot of people work at giving both. And that's when you truly, you know, you're committed and dedicated to something. When you're willing to give both, not just write a check, but you give your time too.
Absolutely. And I say this often, all Rotarians are volunteers, and sometimes you can tell it, but we really mean good, and we're out for number one, and we try to take care of everything. But forgive us, you know, I say it year after year, if your business has been missed, it's not because we didn't intend on getting you, or that we don't want your item, or that
It
we
was
don't.
not intentional.
Absolutely. And if you still have items you want to donate, bring them by WKDZ, bring them by the Kentucky Farm Bureau office at 2655 Hopkinsville Road. You can talk to a Rotarian, go on the community page, click Rotary, and there all of our Rotarians are. We're here for you guys. We're here for the community. We're just stewards of the money that everybody's given to us, and we're trying to make sure it's spent the best way possible to keep the seniors and youth of this county going.
You know, I feel like we take better care, many of us take better care of Rotary dollars than we do our own business, our own personal dollars. You know, we are conversations can be pretty intense when we start talking about our donations and projects that we want to do, because we recognize that, you know, it's not our money. Someone trusted us, and a friend of mine gave me a very sizable check for the Rotary auction the other day, and when she did, she said, the reason I do this is because I know that you will be sure that it goes where it needs to go. And that's a pretty serious, you know, that is a serious responsibility, and she's right about that. You know, I mean, I'll fight for the things I really believe in, and I'll also stand up when I say, I'm not sure about that. You know, I think we ought to rethink that a little bit. Not that my opinion counts any more than anybody else's, but, you know, the grant committee is a good example of that. When that program was founded 20 years ago, I wanted a loan program because I came from Hopkinsville. I helped put the Hopkinsville Rotary auction on TV. When I was in college, I was assigned to do all of the grid lighting for that auction. That was one of my projects at college.
Wow.
And so I helped to put that on TV, and I watched what happened to that auction when they went to television for the first time. They soared in numbers. And so I had a personal feel for what Rotary could do in a community just through working in the background for Hopkinsville. And I thought a loan program was brilliant. And I remember distinctly having the board meeting and having conversation about it. And they just, you know, the Cadiz Club just did not feel we could do that because we couldn't take care of it. We couldn't maintain it and sustain it, and we couldn't take care of the administrative piece of it. So I said, well, what if we just did a grant program? But we need to be doing something for average students who have financial need. I mean, not every kid is a scholar. And there are a lot of kids who are a lot smarter than what their grades show.
That's right.
And they can do much better in college than they did high school. And, you know, I want to fight for that kid. And, I mean, I kept on and on about it. And Norman was on the board at that time because he was incoming president. And we had a lot of pretty tough conversations. And finally, we came to agreement. I asked for $10,000. And in a year where we raised 75, 78 the year before, and we're hit 113 my year, $10,000 was a bunch of ask. You know, that wasn't peanuts by any means. And it was might have even been a split vote on it, you know. And so I asked for $10,000, and the person who made the motion said, I move that we give $20,000.
Oh, wow.
And I looked over and I said, I thought he maybe couldn't hear me. It was an older member, and I said, I was only asking for 10. He said, I move we'll give $20,000. Yeah. And that started the grant program. And the next year, when we were able to announce that as part of our fundraising just started going straight up because there are a lot more people who relate to an average kid.
That's right.
With above average need than just a scholarship program. And there are many scholarship programs. And so we've touched many, many, many more lives because we expanded that program beyond that top 10 in the class to become more almost every student in some way. If you want to go to college, we're going to be there helping you make that happen. And it doesn't have to be college. It can be mechanic school. It can be diesel mechanic school. It can be, we have some linemen. We have cosmetologists. We have some students who wanted to do some things in the medical field, technicians. You know, as long as it's an accredited school. In fact, we encourage that. We think it's really important to have those positions filled.
Absolutely. If you haven't had your HVAC, plumbing, or electrical done in a while, it's a tough, I mean, they're just, everybody's busy. We got some great electricians, great plumbers,
and they're
great
overwhelmed.
HVAC guys in our county. We're very fortunate because we have a lot of good labor-type people, but they're busy, and it's hard to get somebody. And there's no young people coming in. One thing, Beth, I find unique about our club that I've thought for years is just amazing to me. If something comes to the board, no request is simple, but if there's a simple request that comes to the board, they usually make a decision, move on, and we don't dwell on it if it's something reasonable. But if there's ever something that comes up that's a question, we bring it amongst the entire group of our people because we are so unique. We've got people from all spectrums of the work field, and we have some labor-type people. We have some presidents of companies. We have just a broad spectrum of folks in our club, and people have different ideas, so we bring that amongst the entire club and talk about it and figure out what do you think? We don't try to make decisions on two people's thoughts. We try to bring 40 people in on a decision. And in my opinion, that's really good management of people's money and things, because it's just more than one set of eyes looking at something.
And different perspectives. You know, it helps, I think, to have different financial backgrounds in the room and people who maybe have some history or some insight on it. I know we were discussing football uniforms the other day for our kids, and, you know, we asked Jameis for an opinion on that
Right.
because he stayed very active with the football program. He's more familiar with the cost and the way they run that program and what their needs are. You know, I hesitated for a minute to say an individual's name because I thought, I don't know if he would want me to tell that since I'm telling that story, but when I think about it for a minute, I think he'd be proud for me to say it was Wade Cadle. It was Wade Cadle who
Yeah.
said 20,000 instead of 10, and he and I became instant buddies. You know?
Well, of course.
Because we had a common, you know, and we're
Yeah.
a lot of age difference. You know, our commonality was we wanted to help average kids.
It's all about the
That was our
need.
one thing that we had in common.
It's all about the need. That's a fantastic thing. You know, I guess I grew up in a time where the Rotary Scholarship Grant Program was always set up that way. You know, I don't remember a time that it not being that way. So this club is full of people that have gone to bat for the youth of our community, and we still always, you know, we say everything that we do for the youth, but we do a lot for the seniors too, and that's important. You know, I don't want the seniors to be the forgotten individuals of our community. They're the ones that raised us and taught us right from wrong and taught us how to give, and now it's time to give back to them some. So, 10
We have
minutes.
a whole new group of items.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's 10 minutes past 7. I think everything's kind of cleared off the 7 o'clock round, and so I'm going to start with some Century Clubs. Had a couple handed in here, which is good because they're all matched. So got
Doubling the money tonight.
That's right. So Ricky Butts of RB Electric, I got a $250 silver Century Club. Thank you so much, Ricky. And then Joey and Beth Ricks called in their personal Century Club donation. Of course, it's Caldwell Banker Service First Realty Gina Allen night. So $250 silver on top of what they're given from Caldwell Banker. That's so giving, so special. And you know, we've been talking about, and I've thought about it all week, about Jameis getting us started on stories this week. And so I was thinking about Simone Parker night last night, and I went on the first European trip with Simone when she started doing that program. And then my mom worked at Caldwell Banker, and after school Gina would kind of take care of me while, you know, this is what our community is about. It's about people. It's about us helping each other, and that's the beauty of a small town. I've lived the big town life. I lived in Louisville for 7 years. You don't get the same experience in a big city as you do here, and I know we're biased to Cadiz, but it's absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna sit here, and I'm looking at the Big Deal store, and I did my sort. I'm auctions ending soon. And the very first thing that pops out is the donate nows. And so you've got the donate now for your Century Club. You've got rally dollars if you can't. It's not in your budget to give, $100, $250, $500. And then we've got some buy it now options. We've got the 20 books in a bundle from Kevin Terrell. That's something we did last year that was very successful. Good this year. We've got the Tea for Trig books. We've had those set up at several different businesses throughout the community, and those have been really, really nice coffee table books. So I'm going to sit here while I'm sitting on the computer, and I'm going to give my $250 Century Club donation, which is now $500 thanks to our match.
Double that money, baby.
That's right. That's what we're all about tonight. So ring that tambourine or shake that tambourine, ring that bell. So let's talk about some items that are selling. Going to start down here at the bottom. We've got a Bear Creek Pottery small pitcher. It's blue and white splatter. It says it was made in 1989. It's really pretty. Again, go to the website, wkdzradio.com, and look at these pictures of these items. They're really something. I've got a Sonicare Diamond Toothbrush Certificate. This is donated by Hoffman Family Dental. It's a $200 value, and at last time I checked it, it was at $100, so we need some action on that item right there. A dozen fried apple pies by Vonnie Holsapple. This is always a hot seller. We love baked goods. I don't know if that's a quarantine thing or if that's a COVID
It's just
thing.
a thing.
We love us some baked goods. $25 gift certificate to the Cadiz Family Restaurant. Army Foot Locker, this was made in 1948 after World War II. There is somebody out there that this suits you. And again, get online, look at the pictures. These are really cool items. A handcrafted Wren house. ONN 1000-watt CD stereo system. It's got Bluetooth connectivity like new. That's item number 18962. Earth Laugh-In Flowers, donated by Stuff and Balloons. This is wind chimes. It's that time of year when you're working in your garden, you're sprucing up your porch, you need some wind chimes to go with all that. Woodpecker feeder from San Conver, that's item number 18110. $100 gift certificate for GNS Embroidery. $50 gift certificate to Southern States, donated by Riverbend Farms. I don't know who that is, but $25 gift certificate donated by the Keg. Tyler Squirrel Skinner, an instructional video donated by Donnie Tyler. They're the coolest things. If you've never seen the Squirrel Skinner, that is definitely something to brush up
It
on.
even has instructions.
I
with it.
know, isn't it?
Cooper Long asked me last week, day or two ago, if he had a patent on that. And I don't really know if he does or not.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it has instructions and everything in there now.
I know every year we have sold some of them, and they're always hot sellers. I would think at this point everybody that needed a Squirrel Skinner would have one, but they keep selling, so we'll keep taking them. $20 gift certificate for No Way Jose across the street here. That's item number 18790, selling at 8 o'clock. A 10-inch concrete puppy. We've got an Alera black office chair. It's a rolling chair, $395 value.
It's a nice one, too.
And that's what I kind of want to find it and sit in it so I can move around. I don't like sitting stationary in this chair. 5 Chick-fil-A meal cards. This one's item 18979. Handcrafted display of 3 bottles of Blanton bourbon that's donated by Lake Barkley Liquors and Lucas Hale. I've been eyeballing, JB has got this huge bottle of bourbon that's looking a little lighter on his station.
I'm going to tell you what, this thing is cool. And I
That
told him I
bottle's
can't move it.
gorgeous.
The bottle is really, really something. It looks very nice, handcrafted, hand-blown glass there. So, and then I've got another set of straw erosion blankets that's donated by Joe Nichols and Seven Springs Farms. It's $175 value, right now at $110. So all these items selling at 8 o'clock. Again, WKDCRadio.com. If you have questions, of course, we're loving all these Century Club donations tonight. Y'all keep making the phone rings for our neighbors over here in the next room, 270-522-3232. And we haven't mentioned this yet. We've got some excellent Rotary Rally for Rotary sponsors. We've got Novellus Group and Guthrie, Rogers Group, Hopkinsville Community College and Hopkinsville Community College Foundation. Thank you all so much. Several of y'all are year to year, year after year donors, and that means the world to us. It really makes our auction run smooth when we know that we can count on those partners. So.
Believe it or not, we're still taking donations for items. We have a huge number of items in our store, but because we're all online, we have the capability of adding more items without really losing any opportunity to promote the ones that we have. So if you would like to expose your business to the thousands of people who are in our store at any given time, we would certainly love to have an item. We're seeing just terrific, unbelievable
You see that number?
activity.
Over 10,000 unique visitors to the store.
Yeah, that's
that
kind of
incredible?
crazy, isn't it?
Yep.
The peer average, we have 80 stores like this all over the country, 80 radio stations that do what we do with this company, with Big Deals. So our other 80 stations, their peer average is 1,425 web visitors versus our 10,149. So yes, so when I say do not underestimate our community, I back that up.
You mean it.
I mean it. I mean it. I back that up with data. So we're spending about 6 minutes and 41 seconds on our site right now, so pretty good data there. It's really interesting to watch, when and how people are coming to the store. We're seeing bidding all throughout the night. Obviously, I'm not the only person right now dealing with insomnia because there are other people on the store at crazy hours too. So you can bid on any item in the store. The last item will be sold Friday night at 9 o'clock, and we're still adding items. We added probably 40 or 50, at least 40 or 50 items today. We added some University of Kentucky football tickets, tickets for
yay.
4 with.
Not for me, but for
Oh,
somebody
did
else.
you just say yay for Kentucky? Did I
Just
hear that?
because I know we don't have any
Did you hear it?
tickets.
Witnesses in the room, I heard you say yay.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
We do, John Miller. We have it on tape. Biggest Cardinals fan that is my friend that I know. That's all right. We're going to raise a lot of money.
I think I saw some Murray State tickets in there too.
Some
so
Murray
it's-
State tickets. Tickets have been hard to come by because we've had limited number of people that are being allowed to attend the game. So people aren't just giving you their tickets, you know, they're hanging on for dear life to get to go themselves. But we do have some Braves tickets. If you love
They're
baseball, and
overvalued right now,
and in
which is
both
really
cases,
good.
these are really good seats. They're people that have season seats and have for many years, so they're great tickets. And I think you'll really enjoy the games. Be sure to look at, sort also by items by price, high to low. So if you just want to participate in the auction, you just want to bid on something to get yourself familiar with the bidding process, go in there and bid. We've got items that are $5 or $6. We have caps, you know, that will give you a chance to just kind of see how it works without having to risk $100 or $1,000. And then if you want to look at the big items, an easy way to sort is just go by highest to lowest, and you'll see our largest item is our camper. And I did ask them to go in and put the word camper in that search because that's what you think of. That's not what it's called, but that's what people think of when they're just doing the search engine. So we
Yeah, I
asked them to
looked
put it
today
in
and I
the
thought, well, I don't see the camper, and then I put travel, and there
yeah,
it popped
now
up.
it's there.
So-
That industry has changed a whole lot, and that is way more than a camper, I can assure you. That is a house on wheels. It's beautiful. But we had them add that word so that in case you're like me and you just automatically think camper, you'll be able to find it more easily. You'll see the Kubota tractor in there. There's an item in there that we are definitely overlooking that I want to be sure that I draw your attention to. If you have someone in your life, and I'm glad there's no one in this room who could say I qualify, because I might. If you have someone in your life who you think has a hearing issue, even if it is
That would be my
selective-
husband.
even if it's selective. What'd you say? We have a really, really nice donation from Autobahn. And, you know, when somebody, it's not a Rotarian, it's not somebody that has been a contributor or even knows that much about our Rotary Club, one of our first donations that we got this year was a set of digital hearing aids by Autobahn Hearing Center. And they operate out of Hopkinsville and Princeton. Very well skilled at what they do, and they're gonna customize everything for you. It includes a full year of warranty, a free lifetime of cleaning and adjustments. It's 10-channel, it's programmable. There's 4 memory selections, so they'll help you hook it up with your smartphone, hook it up to a TV or to a crowd so that you can change it very easily, you know, for the different settings. They have offices in Paducah, Murray, and in Princeton. Take a look at that. I mean, that's a wonderful way to maybe not have to spend as much money. That's expensive. I mean, it's something that is it's sometimes a hard conversation, but if you look at them, they're those little bitty tiny where you can barely see it, and it would be nearly invisible. So if you got to go that route, this is the route you want to go. This is not the kind that nobody wants. This is the kind everybody wants. So a really, really nice item, a nice donation from those guys. It's a $3,800 donation to the Cadiz Rotary Club, and we're only at $251. So I really
we
Oh,
believe
gotta
that's
get
probably
some
an
activity.
oversight. It's an oversight. You know,
Absolutely.
we haven't plugged that item enough, so I want to do that willingly. 18113 is the number. 18113. We need some bid activity on that. You can go to visit with them in Princeton. If you want to talk with them about it before you make the buy on Friday, I know that they would be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Absolutely. We have a fleet of 8 o'clock items going to sell. It's 7:23. My computer's still in Eastern time, so I get nervous when I look at it there. Just remember, tonight is Caldwell Banker Service First Realty Night. Joey, Tom, Shelley, Craig, Mary Jo, Wendell, Brandon, Sandy, and Mary, all the crew at Caldwell Banker Service First Realty, Gina Allen, the stipend, the legend, Gina Allen, in memory of her tonight. So if you feel like that you can handle a little extra tonight or some at all, please call 3232 with a Century Club donation in honor or memory of Gina Allen. We also have a rum cake donated by Penny Wallace that's coming up tonight. We've got rounds of golf, concrete butterfly. We've got a 5.1 cubic feet chest type freezer donated by the Toran family. The Toran family has supported us for years, Miss Relissa. You just can't beat the Toran family. They had this brand new freezer that they bought and couldn't use, and she said, what a better place to do. Plus, she gave a $200 Century Club. And this is really, you know, some people coming up with $200 with a great big family, and it's tough. And I told Miss Relissa, I said, oh, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to give that. And she said, oh, yes, I do. Y'all do great things.
I love, I mean, she inspires me because, you know, her kids have all done well, and many of them were Rotary scholars and grant recipients. And I specifically remember Rizpa, and that name I just remember because it's an easy, you know, it's a different name.
Right.
And I kind of followed her through college, and I would always ask about her when I would see her mom. And buddy, she got her applications in, and I guarantee you the reason she did those renewals is her mom was all over her rear end. You
That's
get your
right.
stuff in and get it turned in on time. But it is so rewarding to us as Rotarians when we have worked with those kids for their 8 semesters of scholarships and grants, and then we get to see that final semester, and we know that they have been able to fully take advantage of what the Rotary grants and scholarships will allow for them, which is a good time to bring up. You know, we do offer 8 semesters. And it doesn't matter now if that puts you into graduate school even. If you happen to be lucky enough to go through the Scholars Program, you're part of Thoroughbred Academy, or if you did dual college course credits, and I mean, that's good on you, right? I mean, you were able to do it in advance, and then you start college and you already have 20, 40, 60 hours under your belt. Then you actually end up get to use that, you know, towards your master's degree or whatever, because you still have 8 semesters of eligibility. So that's pretty cool. It's time for a Rotary guest in the house, and this one.
Somebody snuck in on us.
His
One-
ears
one
must have
snuck-
been burning. I don't
I'm
know.
telling you, something happened there. But we're definitely pleased to have whom I think is just one of the true gentlemen in our community that is a man that's service above self. And you know, when I think about service above self, certain people come to my mind. And you know, Jameis for years, I watched him as a Rotarian, and in the last couple of years have been able to share a church home with him. And I think, my gosh, I mean, how do you have time for anything? You know, I've always loved you and respected you, but that respect level has gone up to a whole new level after sharing a church home with you. So, Jameis Red, let's talk about your lifetime commitment to Rotary. You did a great job Monday, by the way. Great kickoff to our breakfast.
Thank you, Beth. Thank all you all for your good work, and Beth, especially all your good work. You really set the standard for all of us, and the Rotary Auction has really grown under your leadership throughout these years. I joined Cadiz Rotary in 1997. My father-in-law, Dr. Jack Sanders, was a member and got me in Rotary. And I joined originally because of my interest in youth sports. And still, Rotary does a whole lot for youth sports. But that was one of the main focuses years ago, was youth sports and activities. And then over time, of course, we've expanded into the scholarships and the Thoroughbred Academy, Rotary Scholars you all discussed. I had my daughter Elizabeth graduated from Trigg County in 2018. She's a junior at UK, and she has 2 friends who graduated in 2018 with her who also completed the Thoroughbred Academy. And this fall, as I mentioned at the breakfast, those 2, Seth Futrell and Josie Stallings, they are going to be first-year law students, Alana, at U of L, not UK for me and Beth, but U of L for Alana. And I'm very proud of them. But you know, they're out a year ahead earlier.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they saved the year of expense with college, and they get a salary. They'll start working earlier. Across the road from me, the Gibson family, both of their children went through our Thoroughbred Academy, and John Gibson, he graduated a semester early by virtue of his credits with Thoroughbred Academy. And he graduated in December. He's an engineer, and he got out in December. He said, I beat the spring interviews and got my dream job, my first job with an engineering firm in Clarksville. Awesome. So, you all are here working late hours, but it really does a lot to help a lot of people. It really does.
I enjoyed your words about Simone Parker, and, she definitely would have been one of those people on that list that you think of when you think about service above self. People who they're always giving to someone else. It's never, ever about them. It's just always giving to someone else. And you stopped by Tuesday at Rotary, and you told me we'll have a painting coming, and, be on the lookout for it. And then we had it on display last night, and I didn't get to tell the rest of the story, the Paul Harvey rest of the story, because it happened after we went off air last night. But a friend of mine bought that painting, and she never met Simone. She didn't know Simone's sister, but she said, her words were, she must have been an incredible teacher by the lives that she touched. And so she's donating that painting to Trigg County Schools in Simone's honor. So that's just kind of the way our community thinks. I love that. And so you sparked that in your communication with Simone's family. And I know that you did the eulogy there, and Scott Sutherland teasingly told me he was going to pay you to do his because you did such a beautiful job with it. And to take nothing away from your ability, because you are an amazing speaker, but you had a really terrific subject too.
Yes, Simone and I were lifelong friends, and we traveled together. We went to Europe, and we would always do the trip to Nashville that Rotary sponsors for the Interact Club and the Thoroughbred Academy to go to the Frist Museum and to the Symphony. Mm-hmm. And of course, Mr. Ben Cundiff plays a large role in that. However, Simone and I used to joke that one time we'd always eat at the old spaghetti factory, which sadly is gone by virtue of that terrorism on Christmas Day, but we'd always eat there. But there was a time when we ate there, and the spaghetti factory declined Ben Cundiff's credit card, but it did accept mine in its place. So I always joked with Ben about that. But Simone was just, she and Billy didn't have any children of their own, and they made a commitment that the children at the school would be hers. And she started out as a chemist. She could have made a whole lot of money in her chosen field. She had an intellect that was just superb, but she wanted to teach. She wanted to be with the youth of Trigg County, and she taught difficult subjects, but she also had compassion and caring and would listen. She was sort of that third adult in many youth lives, and she loved Rotary. She started the Interact program, and actually it's something else. The last time I ever talked with Simone was about a week before she was hospitalized and ultimately passed from COVID. But she told me that night in the Princeton Walmart, we were there with the Interact Club buying. We gave them some money, to buy for Christmas basket type gifts, mm-hmm. And she had become a Rotarian with an Owensboro club that meets online. And she was so proud of that. Yeah, she had become a Rotarian herself because of her involvement with the Cadiz Rotary Club. Being a teacher, she really couldn't come to meetings and be a member, she didn't feel, of the Cadiz Rotary Club, but she had become a Rotarian herself. And she was service above self. Absolutely.
No question about that. So, you're like one of the busiest people I know. So why do you commit the kind of time you commit to Rotary?
Free lunches.
As you
Actually, they're not really.
Meatloaf.
A good Katie's restaurant lunch. My father-in-law used to say, when he said Rotary is an island of peace in a busy week, and it is that. But I still enjoy. I enjoy our weekly meetings. Like next week, we have Miss Carolyn Sell from Hopkinsville coming, talking about all the things that she does and sharing ideas about how some of the things that she does in Hopkinsville could be done in Trigg County. and it is good fellowship, but also that the ideals of Rotary that we strive for, service above self, and to help others. And when people come to me, I see them on the street, and they say, "What about, could Rotary help with this? Could Rotary help with that?" And of course, I can always write checks for mentally for Rotary that I might not be able to write myself. But it's we have been able to help a lot of people do a lot of interesting things and to expand their horizons and education, and it's been a great blessing for me. I'm one of the old ones now. I used to be the young Turk. Then I turn around, I'm the old man in the room.
Were you personally a Rotary Scholar?
No, I don't think I was. They didn't consider. They didn't think I would make it very well. I think I was a good investment.
Well, you must have surprised a few people.
But Beth, one of the first Rotary meetings I ever went to was a Rotary auction breakfast. I'd say this is about 1990. Yeah, about 1990 when Bill Curry had, and I might be wrong on my dates and my facts, but I think they had Bill Curry come, who was newly appointed as the head football coach at UK, to be our Rotary auction speaker. That was a big deal. Sure. And Mr. John Vinson had the tickets and took John Mark and I. And of course, John passed yesterday, and he was a big supporter of Cadiz Rotary Club, and I'm going to make a donation to the Century Club tonight in his honor.
We've had several of those tonight, and we've had a lot of laughs about, he would call us right at the end of the auction and say, "Well, how's the night going?" I said, "Well, it's been a little slow." He said, "Well, put me down for $200 and it'd be on a $20 gift certificate." I said, "Mr. John, it's a $20. Put me down for $200." He was always there in the background. If you needed something, you knew that was a phone call you could make. And JB and I were talking earlier tonight. He said, he was on my list of 5 that if I truly needed something, I knew the answer was yes, absolutely yes.
Yeah, John was one of a kind, no doubt about it, Jameis. Yeah. And I'll just tell a little story on Jameis too. I show up at 2 years. 2 years ago, I bring my youngest son, Deacon, to the soccer field, and I look up, and Jameis is carrying this big old satchel of stuff around, and I'm like, "What in the world is Jameis doing?" Well, he comes up and he's like, "Miss Garcia, or Coach Garcia, I've got your jerseys." And I said, "Well, what are you doing?" "Oh, I run the soccer program out here." Let me tell you what, this man, you're right, busiest guy I've ever seen. He's there every practice. I see him there every Saturday, Friday night. Jameis, you do a lot, and we can't thank you enough individually for what you do for the county and the community, because you're here, there, and everywhere. I look up, he's like, I don't remember the movie where you look up and there they are. That's Jameis. I look up, I'm at the Mexican restaurant, he's eating. I'm at the soccer field, he's there. But Jameis, you're a great guy, and you're a great Rotarian, and you're a great friend to a lot of people, and you're truly an asset to our community.
Well, you are my friend. I appreciate all you do, JB, and you did a great job auctioning yesterday and last night too when you were doing the auction too. And Lana, I want to thank you for all your good work, Beth, and all you guys too. Doc, y'all just doing a great job. It was a wonderful auction.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're at 7:37. We're 23 minutes away from our next group of items that sell straight up at 8 o'clock on the 54th Annual Cadiz Rotary Radio Auction. That's what you're listening to. If you just happened to tune in, that was Judge Jameis Redd, who I think it was good to hear his story and why he supports Rotary. And he's not just a Rotarian, he's an active Rotarian, and we appreciate that so much. Dr. Scott Sutherland just entered the room, and he's got some items in his hand that I think we might want to talk about for a minute.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Doc comes in and you get all choked up, Beth.
You got me all choked up.
I tell you, well, one, it's a paddle. It looks like he's fixing to knock the tar out of Alana.
He may feel like
I'm
knocking
sort
me
of
out.
scared to bid on it because,
Mary Ann will
So
take
you
care
have
of you.
you have some new items, I see.
yeah, these are new items that Nelson called me up, and Nelson Green at Harper House, and said that she had a couple of nice items that Josh Wadlington had made, and would we be interested in having them? And I assured her that we would, so I went by them and picked them up. So for the TV land, this is a cheese plate or cheese board
Not a Mary Ann hit Scott.
A very
Whopper.
beautiful cheese board.
When I was at VGA, at boarding school, this was a paddle, except they would drill holes in it.
Get the good airflow.
And,
Sounds to me like you knew a little bit about that.
actually, my earliest memory ever of Rotary was in Hopkinsville when I was probably in middle school, and Mr. Brevard was the principal at the middle school, or at Kaufman, and he had a paddle a little bit wider than this with holes drilled all the way through it, and they had all the teachers sign it, and I'd experienced that paddle firsthand, and so I asked my dad if I could buy it at the Rotary auction so that I wouldn't see it again. So I did that, and then she gave me a cutting board that's got the Waddington W on it, so I'm gonna put them in to be auctioned off tomorrow, the next night. So I'm excited about it and looking forward to it. So I hope that people will give our prayers. John Benson was. I got some good John Benson stories, but you wouldn't want to. I mean, he was such a character. And John Mark was Bradley's first, and Steve Smith were, Bradley's big golf coaches in school, and. That was John Mark couldn't get over that crew. That golf crew was something else. But I'm hopeful that I can get these marked up, and then we're gonna try to pull some other stuff in and get. But we want to thank Nelson, and certainly Josh means so much to the community, and thinking about his family in our prayers. And I think. I think about their family like I thought when Courtney's husband passed away, and it's just tough, and you just like to support them and let them know that people out here care about them and love them and wish them the best and pray for them on a daily basis. And this will be something that will have Josh's little bit of signature on it and be in the community for a long, long time. And every time I go to Harper House, I'm sort of in there. I can see Josh with his whiskers and his personality. So I think about him quite often. Good kid, great family. So that's it. That's what I've got.
Thank you very much, and be sure to tell Nelson thanks. And by the way, we have some nice items from Harper House in our store too. Just go in there and search Harper House. You can buy gift certificates. You can buy a really cool. She's doing a dinner for 6 with all of the correct pairings of your favorite wines, and she's working with you on what things you would like to be. You kind of get to pick your own menu for that night. So that's a pretty nifty thing to get to happen in Cadiz, Kentucky. Yeah. You don't get to do that normally in a small town, but we changed that item up just a little bit this year, where you can have a little bit more hands-on in the planning of that meal. So that's I think being sold maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see which night it is, but.
Well, by the way, the number is 270-522-3232 if they want to call in and do a century.
Have you been in there
Yes.
answering tonight? Because we got a dirty email, our dirty text.
He's going to be on the phone tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
David Miller says 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Without a phone call.
Since the phone call.
Oh, no.
no.
Well, that's because we're getting all the text in here, Mr. Miller. I have a text I need to acknowledge, as a matter of fact, all right?
Must be
We've been
Century Club.
busy talking about stuff. I mean, we'll get to it. Just give us a second, David. Just wait a minute. So, Craig Stallings sent me a text, and he said, I want to give another donation in memory of Gina. And it's from Brooklyn Bailey Sloan in memory of Aunt Gigi. And it's $300 from Craig and Lisa Stallings. So thank you guys. That's awesome. And I know that they miss their Aunt Gigi, and she was so proud of those kids. I mean, they were her cat's pajamas, So thank you. We appreciate that donation very much.
In closing, I'll tell you that since I've been on the air, someone, a big supporter of Rotary, called in or texted me and said that he was bidding $2,000 on the cheese plate. So,
wow.
And it's no other than Joe Nichols. So,
Thank you, Joe. We
yeah,
appreciate that a
yeah.
whole lot. And
Joe's always been great about Rotary. You don't see much, you don't. I don't run into him very often, but when Rotary comes around, you can always. I text him, and he comes back, and he's always very proud to participate, and, you know, his son-in-law was one of our Rotary Scholars, I think, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I was just telling Alan a couple of days ago, I want to go out there and I want to see these soil erosion blankets. I'm totally intrigued with this concept. And I told him, I said, we should do a story on traveling the bluegrass, which is now heard over 100 times a day in Kentucky. We should do a story about Seven Springs and that operation. Obviously, that's a whole division of their company now on those blankets. So,
Well,
you
it's
know,
right over here.
I know where it is.
You could
I've
walk
been
there.
there.
You could walk there from here.
I've been there, but I haven't seen their production of
okay.
erosion blankets. I have been all over that farm, and I love it. It's a beautiful place. But, you know, pretty cool to be able to tell some of Western Kentucky's story. And I've always been one of those kids that have been like, you know what, just because we're not in the Triangle doesn't mean that nothing great happens in Western Kentucky. So Traveling the Bluegrass is giving us an opportunity to also remind people that Western Kentucky, things do happen beyond Elizabethtown. That is a story that's deserving to be told. So anyway, we
So
are.
this is your 15-minute mark.
Okay.
And we've got a lot of
15-minute
items we haven't
warning.
talked about.
We have a bunch of items. Let's go.
Yeah, so.
Roll.
Again, WKDCRadio.com, use this sort feature. This auction's ending soon. Hit that sort button, and it'll bring them up. We've got a slew of items selling at 8 o'clock. Like I said, 15-minute mark, so let's roll through some of these. We've got a haircut and wax by Tori Marlowe at Tulip Poplar. Downtown Katie's print. This is from the 1960s. Already a Spirit of Rotary bid. Thank you very much. Woodhaven Spur Edition Turkey Box Call, donated by Harold Knight. You know, we talk about the people that make this auction what it is. Harold is always so giving. He is so generous. Another great item from Harold Knight. Thank you so much. $50 gift certificate for Casey Jones Distillery. This is item number 18751. $150 gift certificate towards an hour of AC service donated by Quality Auto Care. Don't need the AC today, but you might next week.
Absolutely.
It's definitely getting that time of year. A custom family tree donated by Kim Maroc, draw near lettering. This is my gracious cousin. She does a fantastic job with her handwritten items. She will make a family tree out of your family's names, and it's a really cool item. A great Mother's Day gift, hint, hint. So need to get on there and look at that. You Read My Mind original bog bag of goodies. So, JB, I know you don't know nothing about this, but Miss Sheena might. So, the bog bags are really
I know about the bog bags because my mother has informed me what the bog bag is.
So, they're really popular right now, and you have a chance to get one. They're kind of hard to get your hands on just because of the shortage. We keep talking about the shortage of everything. Well, there's a shortage of bog bags. I don't know if you knew that part or not,
did not
Mr.
know
Know-It-All.
Now you know the rest of the story. There's
That's
a
right.
shortage.
Paul Harvey of it.
Pretty sure that's donated by Main Street Pharmacy. It's a $164 item. Needs some more momentum on that. $175 gift certificate from Custom Designs Photography. $100 gift certificate to Hancock's Neighborhood Market. That's donated by All Interiors. Double Halo Pearl Pendant and earrings donated by Lauren Fowler. This is one of those items you really need to get on the website and click on the pictures. They are really pretty. It is a pearl that is set and it's surrounded by diamonds, and there's the matching necklace and earrings. Really, really cool set there. It's $150 value. The last time I looked at it was only at $35, so we need some more action on that. Hometown Christmas print. This is by Linda Pierce. It shows a small downtown in the snow. It's an 18 by 24 print. Very pretty, would look good, especially if you're a seasonal decorator. So, and then we've got a Vital remote vehicle starter, keyless entry with installation. This is for an automatic transmission vehicle only. It's a $325 value. Last time I looked was at $195. Needs some momentum on that item. So we've got 13 minutes. Let's roll through, JB.
13 minutes.
Let me share a story because we need some bidding on this item at 8 o'clock. This is item number 18614. 18614. It's a wooden photo of elk at LBL. It's donated by Nick and Ashley Kingston, but there's a story behind the story that I want to share with you. It fits perfectly with what we're talking about tonight. So the picture was actually her idea. She took it and she chose to donate it, wanted to give it to Rotary. She being their 11-year-old daughter.
Wow.
Okay, so she's listening tonight. She's very excited. She's watching her item and wants to make a lot of money. 11-year-old child for the Rotary auction tonight. She's going to be obviously quite the photographer. She got second place at the Nature Station Hummingbird Competition last year. And of course, her mother is Ashley Flood Kingston, who is a great photographer, so she's taken right after her mom. But I just got a message from her mom, and she says, Kaylin is so excited about her picture selling at 8. She's listening and keeps checking on it to see how we're doing, and then, of course, wants to thank us for what we're doing
let's make
for the
sure that
community.
item
So
gets
that
some-
item needs to make
What was
some
that
money.
item number
It's
again,
item
Beth?
number 18614. That's our next generation of Rotarians. That's our next John Vinson. That's our next Colwell banker, Gina Allen. That's our next person, our next generation of people who will do good things for our community. So let's do good things.
That's
All
right.
18614 is the item. Very beautiful. Great job, kid. Great job.
And the time is counting, so we're down to about 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
We got 4 cornerstones with engraving donated by West Kentucky Memorials. That's item 18333. Might be too many threes. 18333. Used garden utility wagon donated by a friend of Rotary. This is one of those little metal, I call them an Amish Mennonite wagon with rubber tires on them, with a hitch or a handle on the front. That's a $200 value. It's item 18559. We've got a $100 gift certificate to the Harper House donated by Scott and Ellen Jolly. That's item 18992. We've got a $250 Prouser Point Marina Lodging or Kentucky Lakes KOA camping gift certificate. We've got a black winter coat with hood donated by Aeromark. That's item 17333. We've got a Southern Belle Original Watercolor, item 18428. We've got a $500 DJ's Flooring gift certificate, item 18105. We've got a like new treadmill. It's item 18988. That's a $400 value for all the pandemic waiters out there looking for a treadmill. Don't let this be a bargain. One night cabin rental for 2 at Fish Island Resort. And by the way, Fish Island Resort, if you haven't been down there lately, you go down to the state park, go through the crossroads. It's the old Parkview Cottages. They call themselves Fish Island, bought by Tony and Karen Nolecox. Miss Nolecox is the ag teacher at the high school. Okay. They have completely redone that, and that is truly a Blue Springs community place to go now. They've got the Hunts Brothers Pizza. They've got cabin rental. Cool. It's a really nice facility down there. If you haven't been to Fish Island, give those guys a try. That's item 18139, and that's a $100 bid on a $82 value. So somebody knows about Fish Island. 1 round of golf with cart at any Kentucky State Park golf course, item 18759. We've got a beveled mirror, 36 by 48, donated by Bob and Mary Belk. That's item 18931. If you're looking for a mirror and a heavy one, this one's it, because I had toted it. And
How many times have you moved it around?
I've moved it. So, and I got it in safekeeping at the moment, but I can't guarantee it once it leaves the parking lot. 50-pound bag of LG brand soybeans donated by Nutrient Ag out of Hopkinsville. We've got a 29-inch Genesis incline mountain bike, item 17391. That is a $178 value. We've got a $200 bid on that as we speak. I actually had a gentleman stop in the office today and look at those bikes, and he said they're really nice. Jack Smith came by. Jack donated several calls to us.
Yes.
Jack's an avid turkey hunter.
Yes.
His wife is...
She's a dermatologist in Hopkinsville now with Tanner Parent.
Okay, I knew she was a dermatologist at somewhere there, but anyway, he came by and he said, if you're looking for a bike, these are super nice bikes. He was there at 8 o'clock this morning. Thank you for coming by, Jack. And I think he might even be the high bid on that, so that's an overvalued bid. So thanks, Jack, for that Spirit of Rotary bid. We got 4 Murray State regular season football tickets, 4 passes for a pregame, hospitality, and 4 on-field pregame credentials. 18141 item number, and that's a $150 value. We've got another 50-pound bag of LG soybeans by Nutrient Ag out of Hopkinsville. A $200 gift certificate to Ace Hardware, item 17330. That's a Spirit of Rotary bid. Let me talk about this item. This is an all-sports pass donated by Trigg County Athletic Department. item 18999. It's a $250 value. If you have a kid in school and you're planning to go to any athletic event, this is good for the entire year for any sports game at Trigg County school system. So that's a $250 value. I'm not sure the current
It's
bid.
at $50 right now.
$50, so we need
Now,
some
that's a
activity.
crime. That's
Oh,
a crime. We can't let that
That's
happen.
right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We've got a homemade baby quilt, item 18076. Really nice item. Get on the big deals page and look at the picture of that. We've got a Craftsman two-tool combo set donated by Oliphant Construction, John Oliphant and the crew out there, item 18546. We've got a $10 gift certificate to the famous Gracie Dairy Dip Chuck Wagon Beth Mann Sandwich Joint, item 18451. We've got a popcorn party pack donated by Bluegrass Cavern LLC, item 18487. What's the countdown, Alana?
5 minutes, 30 seconds.
5 minutes, 30 seconds. We got a handcrafted ballpoint pen, item 18036.
That's a gorgeous item.
That's a $35 value, and we need some more activity on it. We've got a live edge, one-of-a-kind bicentennial wood art, wood wall art, donated by the Trophy House out of Hopkinsville, item 18264. We've got a aluminum toolbox donated by Transcraft. You really need to get on there and look at that item, 18296, $375 value. We need some activity on that. We've got a $25 gift certificate to the Pier Floating Restaurant at Prizer Point. We've got a UK watch donated by Humes Jewelers, Rodney Humes and the crew up there at Hopkinsville.
That has Lauren Fowler written all over it.
Ooh, Lauren Fowler, you've
and
been
Lauren,
challenged.
it's very cool. It is like
18482.
it's a
Just
big
type it in and
face.
just hit bid.
It's got a large face on it. It is sharp.
Yeah, who cares if you outbid yourself? Just hit bid
That's
until
what
time.
I'm saying. Just keep on running.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes. You get 50 clicks if you do one
$1
whatever.
a click.
Yeah, $1 a click. There you go. Homemade baby quilt, item 18348. We got a 12 by 17 handmade wood cutting board by Bill Stark, item 17386. We've got a large wooden pizza board. This is a pretty cool item. I saw it in the office.
It is. It looks like it's made from bamboo.
I didn't know what exactly it was, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I could see is Sheena hitting me upside the head with it, so I said, do not bid on 18260. We've got a $25 Hancock's gift certificate, Kawasaki tune-up kit. We need some bids on that. Bella Marie Boutique gift pack. We need item 18985. The item 18614 is our wooden photo of elk, donated by Nick and Ashley Kingston, and the picture was taken by their daughter, Kaylin.
It's at $76. Let's go.
76,
Let's take
so
care
we
of
need
this
some
kid.
bids on that. Item 18614. We've got a long sleeve T-shirt XL donated by the Friends of Land Between the Lakes. We need some activity on that. And we've got, coming in a little bit later, Trigg County Bicentennial Oval Plaque, a $200 value, item 18180. Remember, tonight is Caldwell Banker Service First Realty Gina Allen night. All the crew at Caldwell Banker has come to the table for us tonight. And I've also got a Century Club that's come in, 270-522-3232. What's the time?
2 minutes and 40 seconds.
2 minutes, 40 seconds on the 8 o'clock items. Miss Harriet Clark has called in. I tell you what, tonight is really just reminiscing the people of the past. And this is another gentleman that really impacted a lot of lives. Mr. Jackie Clark passed away. This donation is in memory of Jackie, a $100 Century Club from Miss Harriet. Miss Harriet, you had a jewel of a husband, and Coach Clark, as I call him, was one of a kind. He was a little rough around the edges, but hey, I tell you what, that's what made people tough, and he intended on you being tougher than you were when he got a hold of you. And he was a great man and just all around full-blooded Trigg County, and that did all he could do for the community.
Here's another great one. This is from John and Debbie Fuller, and it is in memory of Hal Fennell. We appreciate very much John and Debbie. That's a $250 Century Club donation that just became $500, just like that. So
That's
thank
right.
you, John
Where's
and
that
Debbie. We
tambourine,
appreciate it.
Beth?
I get my tambourine.
What's the time over there,
1 minute
timekeeper?
36.
All right.
1 minute 36, we're counting down.
If you're looking for an item, just hit that search engine just like you would if you were in Google and just say, I'm looking for a ham, I'm looking for an oil change, I'm looking for a wooden photo of elk at LBL donated by Nick. Just put in enough words in there just to try to help get you in the right direction. If you know the item number, that's helpful. 18614 is the item that I'm looking at right now. That is from the Kingstons and their children, and really, really neat story there. I think anytime we see a young person wanting to do good in our community, we need to find ways to reward that behavior. That's how you get more of it, right?
Yep, that's right.
People get
Absolutely.
what
They
get.
also came to the table with barbecue sauce, homemade barbecue sauce last night. Get on there and type in Kingston. You'll find their homemade barbecue sauce, some with hot ghost pepper in there. So make sure you take a look at that.
I've
as
already bid
well.
on it. I put some bids on it already. I love.
She brought
any
a
kind of
bottle
hot
by
sauce.
the house for taste test because she said you really got to be able
Oh,
to
you didn't
explain
offer
it.
that up. You just brought the
No, I
sealed
kept
bottles.
that at home. I did a little taste test. Hey, give it a shot. It's really, really good.
How much time do we have, Alana?
We are 27 seconds and 8 o'clock is gone. you
All
know.
right, just add another figure in there. If it's at 20, just add a 120 and let's
That's
roll.
the whole
That's
point.
right.
That's
The
what
whole
we're
point.
doing, right?
Right. So we've got about, I think, 50, 60 items selling in the 8 o'clock hour. And then we will move on. We'll talk to you about the 9 o'clock hour. We are still accepting donations. And we're not begging. We're not at that place. We've had a very, very successful auction. But the more we raise, the more we get to say yes. And, you know, I've challenged some Rotarians in the last year or two for us to be thinking about, let's do some outreach. You know, let's not be in a position where people have to come to us because some people are too proud to ask. Let's be looking around our community and let's find things that need to be done. Let's be the first to be in the batter's box to say, you know, we want to help you. We're looking for good causes. We want to be able to invest in our youth and seniors. And you know, just hearing them talk a few minutes ago with Jim Wallace, we need to be at the table offering help for Genesis Express. That's a group that has done tremendous work in our community for decades, and you know, we need to be the first in line to help them achieve their goals.
Absolutely. We need a Century Club update sometime for you phone workers in there to see where we're matched. I feel like we're not where we need to be, Beth.
But maybe
So-
it's because we haven't said the phone number recently, JB.
Oh, there you go.
Well, what are we waiting on?
It's 270-522-3232. You can always go to WKDZradio.com, but I know these phone workers in here are just twiddling their thumbs, waiting for somebody to call them and say, I've got some money, here you go. So let's keep them busy too.
I'm showing it's 8 o'clock, so our items probably just ended. We have 2,415 people in our store shopping around at the moment, now 2,420. So that number is growing very quickly. Thank you guys very much for working with us tonight. Century Club's where it is for us. We definitely enjoy selling our items. We love the stories behind the stories, and we've got some really unique stuff this year. That is one neat part about doing the deal stores. We get to show you all of our items, and that's been fun to be able to put pictures and put video up where you can go in and take a look at it. And it helps us to sell some items that are sometimes difficult to sell on radio. You know, we take it very personally how much we get for each item. We calculate every night at the end of the auction. Alana, I'm a numbers person too. I like to know, what's our percentage? How did we do tonight? You know, because I think that business, as a business owner, I know that we get asked a lot for donations. And it makes me feel better if those dollars I know are being maximized and used wisely. And so when we get a $100 item from a business, I don't want to sell that item for $20. It's insulting to that business, you know, and I know how hard they fight to get that $100 to begin with. So I take it very personally that we need to get as much money as we possibly can for an item that's been given to us so that we can do good work with it. So,
Well, I can just tell you this. I've already got mad at the system because I tried to be a cheapskate. My wife said, make sure if that freezer of Miss Relissa's don't bring the money. So I looked and it was like $130, so I went to $150. It's $170 value, and I got beat at $151. So I should have just bid
there you go.
$170.
You should have.
And I looked back on my 27 seconds, and I was too late because I couldn't get.
Couldn't
I
get
wasn't fast
situated.
enough. But
Yep.
see, if you
I
get
hope
in there
you-
and just bid the full value and be done with it, I'd have been fine.
I hope you learned a lesson and you
I
never do it
did.
again.
So
All right, so now you got to explain to your wife you were a cheapskate, which she's probably going to agree with you. All right, so here we roll now. We got some more Century Clubs coming in. Manuel and Charlotte Brown, thank you guys. This is in memory of John Vinson, and there's another couple that supports our Rotary auction every year. They're first in line. We appreciate it. $100 from Manuel and Charlotte Brown. And then in honor of Gina Allen, Shelley Lewis, who is a realtor with Coldwell Banker Service First Realty. These guys have already given, and they're giving more. You know, they're just finding ways to contribute even more. Thank you, Shelley. We appreciate that a whole lot. That is in honor of Gina Allen, another $100 donation. And then Coach Colby Lewis. Coach, we appreciate it a lot. Again, $100 for Gina Allen. So thank you, Coach. We appreciate that a whole lot.
Thank you so much. This is Coldwell Banker Service First Realty Gina Allen night. I'm going to read the realtors at Coldwell Banker Service First because it truly is a group effort over there. Joey Ricks and the team, Tom Hughes, Shelley Lewis, Craig Stallings, Mary Jo Bryant, Wendell Tincher, Brandon Warfield, Sandy Oakley, and Mary Johnson. Good crew at Coldwell Banker. Give them a shot. Property is going hot. I know they need inventory, and you hear every realtor in town talk about inventory. There's buyers. They just don't have properties. Be cautious, though, pricing your property because you might sell it and you might not can replace it. So right now is a good time. If you're in the needing real estate, talk to a local realtor. Try out Coldwell Banker Service First Realty.
You know,
Gina
JB,
Allen's
you're
people.
forgetting the most important person on your list, and that's Beth Ricks being up there with Joey now.
Oh, my gosh. She's a saint.
She's got the hardest job of all of them.
She is a saint. Number one, she left Deacon and Adora for that. So I don't know. I believe you did a bad trade, Beth. I think Deacon and Adora were probably a little easier on you than Joey. So we feel for you, and we'll pray for you regular. Great group of people at Coldwell Banker Service First Realty, and we thank you guys for helping us with the Gina Allen night and all you do for the community. Okay, 9 o'clock items. I think we need to go over some 9 o'clock. We actually got one on here at 8:30.
That was a carryover where we had the problem Monday, and we tried to change a bunch of items to 8:30, so we do have that one in there. Just a reminder, you're listening to the 54th Annual Cadiz Rotary Radio Auction. You're on WKDZ FM, Cadiz, Hopkinsville, Princeton. And now we're in our final hour, the final countdown.
Yep.
55 minutes away from bidding ending for the
So we're over
third
halfway
night.
is what you're saying.
We're over halfway.
Oh, Lord, we got a lot to do.
We got work to do. Go do it, JB.
All right, 8:30, we got the Tree County Bicentennial Oval Plaque. That's item 18180. We've got a two-night stay in a two-bedroom cottage at Carter Cave State Resort Park. Trey, you need to look up that cave tour you got the other night and see if Carter Cave is close, because it'd be something good for you to buy too, so you can take me and your mom and Deacon and Aiden all out to the cave tour with you. The $50 horseshoe gift certificate. This was an early donation I got. Cooper Long, co-op student. He brought me two $50 horseshoe gift cards right off the bat. And then the other night, he gave a Century Club when he was up here working, volunteering with Meg Hicks, another Century Club donation. So that's a young man, too, that's a good young man. Cooper, I hope you're not listening because I don't want to say anything good about you. But, hey, we appreciate you, young man. Thanks. He's helped out with the items this week in the office. He put together grills and bikes. Bill Booth actually got him the other day when he come in and said, hey, man, we need two bikes and a grill put together, and Cooper's eyes got big as saucers. So anyway, Cooper, thanks for your help. Thanks for your donation. That's item 18168. We've got flooring donated by Ace Drywall, John Oliver and the crew, a 12 by 12 room of luxury vinyl flooring. That's a $282 value. We need some bids on that. We've got a Milwaukee drill driver kit donated by Stephanie and Craig Perry and Shannon in memory of Patrick Perry. I talked about them the first two nights. I'm going to talk about them again. You're talking a family that supports us year after year. Stephanie and Craig and Shannon, every year we thank you for what you do for us and the entire community. They scrape roads when it's snow on the roads. They're anything you need. This is another family that's all in on our community and here to do whatever they can to help. This Milwaukee drill set was bought locally at Lights, Plumbing, and Electric. So Shannon wanted me to make sure and tell you that it's a trickle-down effect. They bought it there, so Lights is benefiting. They donated to us, and Rotary's benefiting. We're hitting more than just the Rotary Club this week. Thank y'all for your donation. That's item 18550. We still need a couple of bids on our 2021 Polaris Outlaw 70 ATV donated by JPM Performance. That's item 18934. We're at $2,200. According to my paper, we might be a little $2,500. John Miller's on it over here. Perfect, John. We like $148 being where we need to be. So if you'd give an extra $150 just on the side, John, we'll be at our $26.48. Woo, Beth's got the tambourine.
Baby, we're rolling.
Take it over.
Hey, I want to say big shout out to our friend Carter Hendricks, who is running our Southwest EDC. He did his online donation of $250 tonight. So he's an economics guy. He understands that just became $500 with the click of a button. So thank you, Carter. We appreciate it a whole lot.
And he also was at the breakfast Monday morning bright and early, and we can't, I mean, that shows to you that, or to me, that he's all in on our community all over the Southwest EDC district. So I thought Beth was going to take it back over, and I was looking at my phone, but I guess you're not, Beth. You're looking at your phone, too.
I was looking at my phone,
Hey,
too.
why don't-
Hey,
look.
Because it's blowing up.
That's the thing. I'm taking Century Clubs. I'm taking questions. It's kind of fun. And then I get funny texts because I guess people are watching us live too, and they're like, "Oh, hey, what are you eating?" I'm like, "Oh, well, it's good to know. I'm gonna keep a little better tabs on that."
Maybe we need David Miller's cell phone number. David, bring your cell phone number in here so we can give it out. We've got a Ben Cund of Country Ham. Is that the breakfast ham?
Yes, it is.
That
Got
was
donated back.
Donated back. That's item 18473. That ham Monday morning brought $500. It'd be good if that thing would bring 1,000 total. So we need another
Wouldn't that be
500.
great?
Absolutely. We've got a one-day Lexi Bush Convention Center rental donated by the Tree County Physical Court. Item 18462. Donovan Washer. Two-night stay in a cottage at Cumberland Falls State Resort Park. That's a $400 value. Good activity on that. Item 18157. We've got a gift basket called the Fishing Bag, donated by the Trigg County Tourism. Item 18788. That's a really cool item. Get on there and look at the pictures of that. That thing is full of fishing gear, baits, all kinds of stuff. Beth, we got that used 4x6. Now, I was listening to the radio today. Trailer donated by a friend of Rotary, item 18560, sitting down there at the office ready to be hooked up.
Now, why does the girl think she needs 3 trailers?
Well, in case the other 2 got flat tires.
Yeah,
That's
because I'm
my
not
life.
changing the tire. I'm just telling you, because I'm not changing the tire. I will admit I don't know how.
Well, you
Well.
can hook to a different one then. So you need the
That's
third
a good reason
trailer.
to have another trailer. You're right.
Absolutely. So
I
Ann
like the
can
way you
borrow
think.
it.
So Ann can borrow it. So I can haul something for
Hey, well,
Ann.
she can haul her goat in it because I'm not sure Trey didn't buy the
She's
goat.
gonna need a trailer for that goat.
Yeah, he hasn't told me for sure. He's beat around the bush about it a little bit. But Ann, you will end up with the goat, honey. And I am so sorry. I will tie it to a stake in the yard so it don't go
It'll
over.
make
let
a
me tell
really
you.
nice weed eater, JB.
It will be the happiest goat in the world because I happen to know that she bought fig.
This is a smoker rental from Micah Lester Farms up here at Gracie. Also great supporters year after year of the Rotary. A great family, Gary and Micah and all the crew there. Item 18019. We've got a full day regular pontoon rental at Lake Barkley Marina. My oldest son works down there, so he'll get you put on that boat and send you out. Item 18126. We've got 4 18 by 24 double-face signs with wire stands donated by Signcraft, item 18682. For anybody in business that would like to stick signs up, these are ideal for putting your business on both sides or whatever, yard sale, anything. So get on there and bid on that item, 18682. We've got a Lake Barkley Marina tote bag with goodies. That's a really nice bag. I don't know much about bags, but it looks nice at the office there. Item 18128. Another $10 Gracie Dairy Dip, Chuck Wagon, Beth Mann. Full value bid, item 18,455. We've got a Howard Miller clock donated by Woodcrafters out of Murray, item 18,226.
Surely that's got some more action on it by now.
Which is a $325 value. We got a vintage cast iron bench and chair with coordinating plant stand donated by Finish Line of Cadiz. This is a little small bench, like a cast iron. Well, I said cast iron, didn't I?
It's cast iron.
Okay, cast iron. It has been powder coated and painted in a, I'm not really good with colors. My wife says, thank goodness the top light is, the red light that you come up to shines at the top, because I have to ask her, is that thing red or green? She says, well, which one's lit up? And, but anyway, it's like a gray or silver. There's a picture online. It's item 18,969. Lisa Butts, the crew at Kentucky Machine, Finish Line of Cadiz. Last night, Owen Kyler sold a sign. He was bragging on Finish Line. They got the Kentucky hand cutout sign for Owen Kyler in there immediately, got it ready for the Rotary auction. I mean, really just great people, local people, and do great things.
Steve Allen and his family own that and have just really done great work there. And they were excited about giving this item to us. In fact, reached out, when we're going to sell the item. So, yeah, we need some good bid activity on that.
And just so you know, it is listed as copper vein is the color.
Do you know
What color is that?
What color is a penny?
It's really like a bronzy color, JB.
Copper.
Well, I don't think so.
That's what
Well,
it
you
looks
go
like
look
in
at the
picture.
picture.
I looked at it live. I don't have to look at the pictures. I got it live
Oh,
up
you do?
there.
Okay.
I've even took a nap on it. Monday morning after the breakfast, I took a nap. No, it bronze. If that's what they say the color is, I'm not going to argue with you
No,
because
copper.
Copper.
It's copper.
Copper.
Might
Might be made out of pennies.
Are you colorblind?
What?
Are you
I
Not
can't hear
deaf,
either.
colorblind.
colorblind? I can't read.
Can't
I learned a lot
read.
about you this week.
Can y'all put me on the darn radio 3 nights already?
Lord, when am I going to ever
So
learn?
I'm actually pretty glad that this came up because I've got a Century Club that's in my hand from Steve and Kim Allen. It's perfect timing to bring that up. $250 silver level. There's the tambourine. Silver
it down,
level
girl.
Century Club in memory of Chapel Allen. This family does so much for this community, especially for the youth. I don't know of any year that they don't sponsor youth teams and the things that they do for our youth. So thank you guys so much. And speaking of youth, I had my little cousin text me. She's 10 years old, and she said, I want to give $100. And this is what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about
That's awesome.
the future generations that are getting invested in Rotary now. So Addie Holly, my 10-year-old little cousin, she's given $100 of her hard-earned money to the Century Club, which turns into $200 because of our match. So thank you, Addie. I'll be sure and put that on your daddy's tab. So
Thanks, Addie. That's awesome. That's what really, to me, that's what really inspires me. Jim was talking about this is your sense of community that restores your faith. And this last year has been unbelievable. And most of the time when I use that word, I use it in a good way. But it's been unbelievable in every way. In the lowest lows and the highest highs, we've seen lots of things happen, that truly would be considered unbelievable. But our community, I could not be more proud of the way this region has responded and stepped up to help each other. And we really have taken seriously the support local. This time last year, we were scared to death over our Rotary auction that we were going to be telling kids no. For the first time ever in the history of Rotary, it was going to be no. And this community blew it out of the water, and we raised, $215,000 in our 2-day rally for Rotary, which might become the new name of the Rotary auction someday. And I remember how excited the community was that happened. When people came in, they were picking up their items on Saturday. Y'all, it was like we had hit the jackpot. It's like we were all millionaires. How rich we felt in our hearts because we had done something good in a time when nothing was good. There was nothing positive in April, early April of 2020 for any of us. You know, we were all scared. We didn't know what was happening. We'd never had our country shut down by anything. Even 9/11, it was isolated, and it wasn't a case of uncertainty forever. It was a short window of tragedy.
Yeah.
But this was like it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And so you see the power of community togetherness, and that really restores your faith, and it really gives you the hope. And for me, seeing these kids, these young kids step up and make their donations, that really gives lift to me, because I'm thinking, you know, we are teaching kids about paying it forward. We are teaching kids about community service, and they are learning that it's important to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And that's really what makes the world a better place, is when you get in your mind that you can give something, then we know that we're in good hands. So keep it coming, kids. I mean, make those calls. If it's $10, we have rally dollars in the store. You can go right online. You can buy $10, $25, $50. It doesn't have to be $100. I'm just as proud of a kid that can give $10 as I am one that can give $1,000.
Absolutely. I want to remind you something, too. As the auction ended, Beth had something up on the screen there. You're going to get a reminder that if you were the high bidder, auction has ended, and you were the winner of a item. With that being said, you're going to also get that you need to settle up within 24 hours. A couple of you have called and said, you know, what I need to do. Today, you've called me directly. If you want to pay by check or cash, you can pay on Saturday morning, Friday or Saturday for items that have sold throughout the week. 10 to 3 on Friday, you can come to the Farm Bureau office. You can pay for your stuff there. You can go in, click the link, and pay with a credit card online if you so choose to, choose to do that. And then Saturday morning from 8 to 12, you can come to the Farm Bureau office, and we'll also take cash or check, or bring your receipt with you to where you have paid. And we got ways to double check that too, but so keep that in mind. Just don't panic if it says, well, I might buy some more Friday night and I don't really want to settle up in the next 24 hours. That's perfectly fine. So I'm just telling you that so that everyone's aware of the way that kind of works. Once again, for those just joining us, go to WKDZradio.com, go down to the menu tab, go to the big deals. Once you get into big deals, hit the menu again, go to Rally for Rotary. That's got all of our items that are still available. There might be a few at the top that have already sold, but if they're highlighted, they're available. We have a fleet, maybe another 10, 15, 20 items, maybe 25 by my numbers
But some
here.
big ticket items that are going to sell at 9 o'clock.
Do what now?
I said we've got some big ticket items that are going to sell at 9 o'clock too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So get on there and get your bids in. You can bid from now on. It's 24 hours. The bidding's open until the item sells. If you click on the item, once you pull up a result, click on the item itself, and it shows you time left, and that in small letters it says bidding ends. I'm looking at one here that's 4:14 at 9 p.m. Central Time, which is the item 18969, which is the vintage cast iron bench and chair with coordinating plant stand by Finish Line of Cadiz.
And what color is it, JB?
Bronze. Copper.
Copper, like a penny.
Bronze. So get on there and bid. The number here is 270-522-3232. I haven't gotten a dirty text from David, but I also don't know. He's not walking stuff in here, so we need you.
We do.
And
because
we
I
really
just
need to
ran-
know some totals. So if you guys in the
I just
phone room are listening to us, we need some Century Club, because
Yeah.
we need to make the match for sure tonight. And I don't have a clue where we're at.
I do. That's what I'm working on right now, and we're in thousands.
Short.
Short. Yeah. So we need to roll here.
Woo, Lord Almighty.
I know it.
So what was that phone number is 270-522-3232. You can do it online. We've got all kinds of, at this point, you can text us and we will write it up for you. We need to make every use of the dollars that we've got, and if we've got a generous match of $9,000, we need $9,000 to make that 18. So You know, while we've got a few minutes, we've got some big ticket items selling at 9 o'clock, but we've got some big ticket items selling Friday. While you're sorting, you've got a few minutes, you know, to breathe before the 9 o'clock crazy hour hits. You can sort by price, high to low, and see some of those big items. So we've got a Kubota tractor. It's got a front loader on it. It is a really nice tractor. Small, it's 24 horsepower. The PTO horsepower is 19 and a half. Four-wheel drive. It is a really nice, small, I would say small projects tractor. And Beth, I heard you say last night that while y'all were at Kubota Days in Hopkinsville that there were 2 or 3 people that were looking for this exact one. So I don't know if they're out there listening, but this is your chance.
They didn't get too close to her though, because she was videoing and driving. I mean, from an insurance
as an
perspective,
insurance man, how do you feel about that?
I'm telling you, video, and then put it on Facebook.
It didn't even cross my mind that it's something I shouldn't have done. That was really bad.
People were scattering. I'm like, does she even know what she's doing? She's moving the loader up and down. She's driving. People are running.
Well,
I wanted to look at that tractor, but I can't because this crazy lady's
It just
videoing.
shows you how user-friendly it is. There you go.
User friendly.
That's
Was
good.
it operator error or user friendly?
It's a nice tractor, and I want it.
It is, and it's sitting out front. People can come by and look at it.
I'll drive it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
I
what.
think
If you
the-
need the keys, I'm sure Beth will let you kind of fiddle with it.
I'll
if
show you
need
how to drive it.
I really think that.
There you go. Let somebody else video it.
I really think the video is on there. Did we put the video on there? I'm pretty sure the video's on here.
It's on Facebook. It's not on the website.
Okay.
Because you got on to me about it.
We got to put that on the Facebook. I mean, on the website here, because you folks really need to get on Beth's Facebook. Just look her up, BETHMANN. Get on Facebook and watch this video. I mean, she's all over the place. I thought the good thing is I know the Willet Bourbon that is sitting here in front of me has not been. That wasn't involved, but it
I
sure
wasn't
looked
drinking.
like
I
it.
was working.
I thought Ann was driving it for a little bit.
Yeah. So we've got some more big items that are sitting out front. We've got a 2018 Keystone Outback camper. It's a bunkhouse where you can throw your kids in the back and close the curtain on them. A queen bed up front. It's got an outdoor kitchen. A whole lot of nice features. It is really clean. It is out here. It is where you can go through it and look at it. It's sitting up here at WKDZ. We've got the Prius. It's a 2013 Toyota Prius donated by a friend of Rotary. It says,
I don't have
Hey,
the tambourine, but I
We will
got.
always stop for that.
I just got a text
Okay, let's go.
from Jimmy McAtee that said, "I've already done one 500 Century Club, but if you're matching tonight, I'll do another $500.
Yes.
I'm in a tractor in Linton, not enough service to call, but at least I can text."
See, he's testing
Absolutely.
and driving
see,
the tractor.
that
Jimmy
works perfect.
McAtee, we thank you more than you know. Jimmy,
That's
let me
awesome.
tell you about Jimmy, too. He's a silent but deadly. I've been talking about people like this all week. He's another guy that's on that top 5 list. If you need something, let me tell you one thing. Jimmy McAtee will come to the rescue. This man works 24/7. He's always on the farm. He's always helping people. He's another community man. He's just an all-around great guy. And Jimmy, we thank you more than you know for what you do for this county, the youth and seniors, and anything else you do to help everybody in the area you live on, 525 and Hardy Road down there. You're all the time taking care of the roads, mowing the sides of the roads. Jimmy's just a A1 gentleman, and we thank you, Jimmy McAtee, for that $500 Century Club.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
Alana,
And
I'm
that's
sorry
the
I-
and one.
I'm
That's
used
the
to-
and one,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm used to you interrupting me. It's nothing new. So, so back to this Toyota Prius, donated by a friend of Rotary. It's only got 105,300 miles, is what it says online. It's a 4-door, good tires, dark blue color. Again, also sitting out front at the WKDC radio station. These are really cool things that you can come by and look at. Get in it, drive it. I mean, we will make that happen if it's something that you're interested in.
dark, let me tell you what color it is. It's North Star metallic blue.
Obviously, he saw the paperwork.
Because I went by one Sunday afternoon and I thought a black truck was getting unloaded at Wildcat Chevrolet, and I texted Mike Oliver and said, "Is that black truck sold?" And he said, "There's no black truck coming off of a semi up there." I said, "Yes, it is." Well, it was North Star metallic blue, and I'm driving that thing out there, so I know the color of that, Josh.
But he also just proved that he might be colorblind.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sign.
So
That's a
now
pretty
he's
good sign.
blind, deaf, can't read.
I need the hearing aids, the bundle of books, the yellow tractor, orange tractor.
So this one is selling in 31 minutes. This is our 2021 Polaris Outlaw 70 ATV.
That's one of our big items for tonight.
That is one of our big ones for tonight. It's a $2,648 value. It's currently sitting at $2,500. This is not something, don't do the $1 bids, y'all. Let's make this count. This is big money for lots of good things. We've been talking about them all week, where the money is going. So this is one that is selling in 30 minutes and 33 seconds. So
30 minutes, 33 seconds.
that's right. The easiest thing to do to see these big items is to go into the Big Deal store on WKDZradio.com, sort by price, high to low, and hit that sort button, and it'll bring them up, and you can see everything. Most of these big items will sell Friday night, Beth, that right? So you've got a few more days, and again, stop by the radio station. You can look at some of these things and see. Here's the Harper House Chef's Meal and Drink for 6 that you were talking about. That's a $750 value. We've got a Liberty gun safe that's donated by Hudson Inc., $799 value. Talking about shortages, you can't find a gun safe. I don't know if you've been to Rural King lately, but they're not there. So these are good items, good things that people want. Again, all good stuff. 6-month, 40-foot slip rental at Lake Barkley Marina. Talked about this last night. You can't find slips. It's, we've got the things that y'all are asking for and need, so let's make it count. $600 gift certificate towards tires donated by Christian County Tire and Auto. And then we're down to the Atlanta Braves tickets. It's a $400 value. We are currently at $580. People are ready to go back to somewhat normal. They're getting vaccinated. We're ready to start going back to events and concerts and games. So that's awesome. We've got a steel pressure washer. This is a 400 RB400. It's a residential size pressure washer. $630 value. It's got a $540 bid. That'll sell Friday as well. So, like I said, just wanted to run through some of these bigger items while we had a breather in between the top of the hours. Did I use that radio term right? Top of the hour?
Yeah, top of the hour,
see,
bottom of the hour. Yeah. See,
Top of the hour.
Good stuff.
I've had a couple more Century Clubs come in.
bring it on, brother. What have you been over there
We've
for?
got Lisa Sumner from the office. She called in or texted in a $100 Century
you,
Club.
Lisa.
Thank you, Miss
Lisa.
Lisa.
She's worked all week, had to listen to me, took care of
That's the worst
customers.
JB, she has to listen to you every day.
I know, she's
That's
a
not
good lady.
That's not nothing new.
Let me tell you what, them 3 girls that work in my office are saints. And my wife tells them often, because if you can work with him today, you spend as much time, honestly. Woo, something hit me. You spend as much time, honestly.
That was the spirit. That was the spirit of Rotary.
that copper or something. You spend as much time with your work people as you do at home on a weekly basis. And it's very important that, our office is a family, and the girls, it's just, words can't explain how helpful my staff is. I told them at the breakfast Monday, but really and truly, they're truly family, and I can't thank them
You
enough
got a
for
little
what they do.
choked up Monday. It was genuine. It was from the heart.
Well, it was, but I'm telling you, that's facts.
Yeah.
Without them, I'd be nobody. Same way with Norman, we know it, and it's a good thing. I've also had another Century Club texted
bring it
in.
on. Come on.
Lauren Fowler, $250 for the match
Lauren, we
tonight.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's brought items all week, and she's texted because of the match. $250 match turned into $500 tonight. So thanks, Lauren, for that, and thanks for everything you do for the Cadiz Rotary Club. I was looking up on the computer, I sorted, did some sorting, like sorting cattle. I did a little auctioneering, and I thought about cattle last night, but I went in and I clicked ending soon and hit
Yep.
the sort button. I wish cattle would sort that easy.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Oh, man, be unbelievable. Our bicentennial oval plaque is up to $200. We've got the Lexi Bush Convention Center rental donated by Trigg County Physical Court, up to $100. The full-day regular pontoon rental, Lake Barkley State Resort Park Marina, item 18126 is up to $325.
Good.
We've got the Howard Miller clock donated by Woodcrafters Galleries, up to $125. The Dairy Dip Chuck Wagon Beth Man sandwich, up to $15, which is a
Spirit
one and
of-
a half times
Yeah.
Spirit of Rotary bid. The Marina tote bag, we need a little activity on it. It's only at $48. That's item 18128. The fishing bag, the quote fishing bag, gift basket, donated by Trigg County Tourism, item 18788, $75. That's $125 value. The double face signs from Signcraft, item 18682, is $40. We need some activity on that. That's $130 value. The 12 by 12 room flooring from Ace Drywall is at $100. We need some activity on that. Item 18311. John Oliver at Ace Drywall. They're big supporters of a lot of stuff locally as well, and thank you, John, for that donation. The 2-night stay in cottage at Cumberland Falls State Resort Park, $300. We've got an overvalue bid on our 4x6 trailer donated by a friend of Rotary at $503. We got a $55 bid on our $50 horseshoe gift certificate donated by Cooper Long, item 18168, so that's good bidding. Our Ben Cundiff Country Ham is at $97. We need some more activity on it. The Milwaukee Drill Driver Kit, bought locally from Lights, Plumbing, and Electric, donated in memory of Patrick Perry, item 18550 is at $200. Our cast iron bench and chair with coordinating plant stand, donated by Finish Line of Cadiz, item 18969, is currently at $101, so we need some activity on the copper bench, bronze copper bench. The $25, the Pier Floating Restaurant at Prizer Point at $20. We need another $5 on it. The 2-night stay in a 2-bedroom cottage at Carter Cave State Resort Park, item 18154 is at $151. That's a $400 value, so we need a little activity. The Polaris Outlaw 70 ATVs at $2,500. Thanks to our man John Miller updating the prices for me. Item 18934. So we need some phone calls, 270-522-3232. Beth's been over here figuring. Now, she's a numbers person, and she's been over here figuring on this Century
For a
Club.
long time.
I mean, forever.
Well, have y'all seen the list?
I could take a nap in the
Do
meantime.
you see this list of
I know
scribbles
it's
spread
very
out?
impressive.
Organized. She thinks bronze is copper and copper's bronze. Or was
But
that
I
me?
can read. All right, so I'm going to tell you that we're within a couple of $1,000s. Okay,
we
so
like a
that's your
couple
hint.
thousand.
837, within a couple of $1,000s of that $9,000 match. We did get one of our foundation partner checks in today. That's going to get to go in tonight's totals.
Ooh, hooray.
Those are commitments, but they don't go into our totals until we put the cash in the bank. That's how we kind of keep up with those numbers. So we're going to have a very good number tonight. You're going to be very happy
That's
with
awesome.
our Wednesday night. But we want to be sure that this person that's giving us $9,000, that they have to give us a check for
Yep.
$9,000. So we're a little bit short of that. But I think we can still do it. We got 23 minutes to get it done.
That's right.
270-522-3232. We have Martha Lou Steinbeck in there. John Ruffley is working. We have Missy Burgess working the phones tonight. David Miller said we need some more activity on the Cund of Ham. He held up a big sign for me that said, we need some more
He's
bids
good
on
at
that.
demanding stuff. I've
Yeah, I
noticed
know
that.
it.
He's
I can
really
see-
good.
I can see how he's a boss.
And then he said, I'm avoiding the microphone, so he's not coming
He's
in
not
here.
avoiding going up to the phone.
He loves sending text messages. I'm telling you, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. We need activity. We need activity.
That's right.
We do. I'm serious. We need
We
you.
do need activity. We've had some people messaging us about picking up items. You can do that on Friday, 10 to 3, Saturday, 8 to noon. That will be at Kentucky Farm Bureau at Norman Cotton's and J.B. Moore's offices. We will work to provide as much social distancing as possible. If you've already paid and you've checked out, you just want to pick up items, we'll have a workstation for you to come to. If you still have to pay, you'll be coming through a different workstation. That will hopefully help move it through more quickly. If you want to pay online, you can do so. You will get something that says you are the successful bidder. You can pay right there on the spot. If you'd rather wait and pay for everything on Friday or Saturday, you can pay by check, cash, credit card, however you'd like to pay. Whatever works best for you. We're not picky when it comes to making donations for our kids and our seniors.
Sounds good. And also, too, just in case you were wondering, you think, I don't really want to buy a physical item because I don't really want to go and pick it up. If you want to sit in your automobile and tell us, hey, this is what I got, slip it through the window and not make that face-to-face contact, hey, we understand there's still stuff going on. There's a pandemic going on. We're trying to get over that. Several people have gotten in and got their vaccine. Some have not. But if you are uncomfortable getting out and getting around people, just sit in your automobile. We'll get you as soon as possible. And just have your receipts and stuff ready, and we'll bring your items to your car. You can pop your trunk, and we can set those in there, and you can be off on your way. We're trying to make this as simple as possible, but still as normal as possible. We know some of you are not real excited about the straight internet platform. Not everybody has great service throughout the county, and I know a lot of companies are trying to get better service. But in the time of the most need that we've probably ever had in the history of my lifetime, for sure, we had to do what we had to do to try to make as much money as possible for the youth and seniors of our community here. So try not to talk negative about us and say, well, I don't know why they couldn't do it. And when we decided to do this the way we were doing it, a lot of stuff was not open still. And this takes tons of planning. You're talking 3, 4, 5 months of planning, really year round. We never quit thinking about the auction. But we couldn't decide, okay, we're going to get everybody together and then, the pandemic still being the peak of the pandemic and us not be able to do it and then have to regroup at the last minute. That's what happened last year when we were basket cases.
Yep, it wasn't fun.
No. Beth said, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? She was almost auctioneering every time you called me. But anyway, please don't knock us. We're just trying to do the best we can with what we have to work with, and we feel confident that you guys are behind us and that we can tell by your bidding. We're not letting items go for nothing. This is a fundraiser. This is a charity event. So if you would like to give extra, that's just extra dollars going to an organization that's trying to do the best with your dollars as we possibly can to take care of the youth and seniors of our community. The items are up. We're getting close. Alana, what are we on the time?
18 minutes, 1 second.
I got another. I need the tambourine.
All right.
Tambourine.
Oh, tambourine.
Tambourine. So my mother just texted me because somebody got a hold of her. So 270-522-3232. I don't believe David's answering the phone. I believe people are trying.
He's here and bashing us, and he's not even.
Exactly. My mom texted and said, Lindsay Caldwell Hunt just texted her from West Kentucky Door and wants to do a $500 Century Club. Way to go.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Lindsay Caldwell Hunt, her dad, Randy Caldwell, supported this auction for years and years and years. Randy and my dad were really close friends. They worked at Pepsi Cola together 35 years ago, 40 years ago, I don't know. When I was born, my dad was laying brick and block, and shortly after that, he started at Pepsi Cola, and Randy was right there with him. And Randy moved to Cadiz, right down the road from my mom and dad, and has been lifetime friends of ours. And Randy tragically got cancer and lost that battle. And then shortly after that, Mr. Ed J.L. Caldwell, his dad, has passed away, and Lindsay has took over the West Kentucky door business and done a phenomenal job with it. And she's trying to keep that legacy going. Her commercials on WKDZ mention her dad and her granddad, and that's just a generation of business there that she's trying to keep going. Lindsay, we thank you for your $500 Century Club donation there, getting us a little closer, Beth, to that $9,000 match tonight.
Yes, I just put a form
Oh,
over
my
there.
Lord.
I just put some paperwork over there because John Ruffley's coming in here and he's going to be all over you about
Hey.
needing paperwork. So,
Yep.
hey, let's ring the bell. I think I see it here. Hey. I know that guy. How much? He left a blank check. I can put any amount I want to in there.
Good job, John. I mean, we give y'all guys, there's 5 of y'all in there. You're complaining the phone's not ringing. Then you bring a paper in here with no writing on it.
The mystery.
He'll be back.
Okay, we've got some paperwork for you. We've got a $500.
Oh, okay.
John, we got some paperwork for you that you're going to want. We got a $500 donation that just got called in, texted in.
Wait a minute. I'll fill this out for you, and when you come back, I'll have it
Okay.
ready for you.
You better get busy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I love blank forms from Bill Booth. I'll just fill it in for whatever I want to put on there, right? Bill and Mary
Absolutely.
Ray Booth, thank y'all.
So
very much.
I'll say this while we're, 16 minutes away from our last closing, while you're already in the Big Deal store, when you sort by auctions ending soon, the first things that pop up are the donate nows. It's the Century Club donations. It's our rally dollars. It is so easy to go in there and add it to your cart and put that money there, and we get pretty much instant notification that you've done that. So if you're already in the Big Deal store, WKDZradio.com, and you want to do that, to add that to your total of what you're doing online, we can do that too. So, but for sure, if you want the instant gratification of them handing us a paper, it's 270-522-3232. Call us, text us, and we will make that happen. So it looks like we've got some more Century Club donations, maybe.
More Century Club donations.
Yay!
Thank you, Missy Burgess, working the phones tonight. We appreciate that. I noticed I was running through Main Street. I might have been speeding a little bit, and I saw out of the glimpse out of the corner of my eye there at Consignment World. It said support Rotary Auctions.
It sure did on the
And I
on the board.
appreciate that.
Yep.
Those extra messages are very encouraging when you've had 20-hour days.
That's
Thank
right.
you. So thank you, Missy, for putting that up there.
Tell
All
us
right.
what we got, Beth.
All right. Okay. So we have from Elizabeth Wallace, in memory of Dr. Charles Geshert, who passed away at age 88, president in Coldwater, Michigan Rotary Club. How about that? I
Yeah.
love that. This was donated by Pat Williams. Thank you very much. $100 donation there. Then also from Pat Williams, another $100 in memory of John Williams. And then Bill and Mary Ray Booth have donated $250 to the DJ Everett III Scholarship Fund. So thank you, Bill and Mary Ray. We
Thank you,
appreciate
thank
that.
you.
right.
So that adds another $450, and that makes $900.
Ooh, that's
to add
getting
to our
pretty
total.
close to your couple
It is.
thousand.
I'm now in the secret mode.
See? That's-
Secret mode.
I knew that would happen.
Oh, Lord, yeah, I did too. She's good about that. She over there acting like she's
Mm-hmm.
figuring all. She knows, but she's just silent but deadly.
I always know about numbers. That's something you don't know about me, but I calculate numbers in my head all the time. When I was
Alright.
a little kid, my brother and I, we fought a lot. And so my mom, to keep us, focused, we would play games in the car, And so we would do license plates, and the numbers, it would be like 247, and you would have to do 2 times 4 times 7, and whoever got the most. And so he and I both can do math in our head like crazy, because as kids we would do, and so you do, this time it's subtraction, and she would call out which one you're going to do. Is it going to be addition, subtraction, multiplication? And we would do the numbers on the
Yeah.
next license plate we saw. And so we both love math, and we both do it in our head like it's like a calculator. It's
But what a
weird
cool
looking
way
thing.
to instill that in your kids, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
Reminder,
keep us from
smart
kill-
woman, your mom.
She's trying to keep us from killing each other.
reminder tonight is Caldwell Banker Service First Realty Gina Allen night. If you would still like to make a donation in honor of Gina Allen, the number's 610-522-3232. And I'll go over the realtors again at Caldwell Banker. Joey Ricks and the team over there, and Alana added Beth Ricks in there as well. She probably needs as much credit as Joey for running the office there. But Tom Hughes, Shelley Lewis, Craig Stallings, Mary Jo Bryant, Wendell Tincher, Brandon Warfield, Sandy Oakley, and Mary Johnson are all the realtors there at Caldwell Banker Service First Realty. They're right next door. I use their parking lot some. Joey, I owe you a little rent. Sometimes when I eat next door at the El Bracero Mexican restaurant, who also donated a lot of stuff to the Rotary auction this year. I usually park over there and jump. I wish you'd put me a bridge over that little creek you got there, because I don't, sometimes it's dark and I might step in the water, so you might need to talk to.
Are you stumbling on the way there or on the way back?
No comment there, will it, Bourbon?
So we've got 11 minutes and no seconds left. So again, we've got some pretty big items that are selling at 9 o'clock. We've got a 2-night stay in a 2-bedroom cottage at Carter Cave State Resort Park. That's a $400 value. We've got flooring for a 12 by 12 room, Ace Drywall and Acoustical. That's a $82 value. Our 2021 Polaris Outlaw 70 ATV. It's over $2,600 value. It's selling at 9 o'clock on the dot. Our Ben Cundiff Country Ham was bought at the breakfast, donated back, so we're getting to cycle it back through a $600 value, selling at 9 o'clock. This 500-gallon smoker for the weekend, donated by Lester Farms. My good friend Michael Lester. It comes with the wood, everything you need. He will even deliver it and pick it up. If you've got a family reunion barbecue, you know, something that you need to cook a lot of Boston butts or chickens on, this is the item for you. That's a $400 value, selling at 9 o'clock. This Howard Miller clock, I just pulled it up to look at the picture. It is really cool. If I was standing up, it'd come up to about my hip. It's huge, and it's really pretty. It's got fashionable colors of gold and some like maroon, red colors. It is a really pretty wall clock. $325 value on that item. And then last but not least, JB's favorite. This is the vintage cast iron bench and chair. It's got a coordinating plant stand, donated by Finish Line of Cadiz. It's a $450 value. Again, all selling now in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, Beth.
10-minute warning.
I got some more.
Oh, come on, baby, Laura.
Century Club. So first of all, John White up on American Legion Drive, which is Swimming Pool Hill. Is a $100 Century Club in memory of Stan White, who was a longtime Rotarian, a founding member.
Founding member, yes.
And did Mr. Stan pass away this year or last year? During COVID, I think.
I believe it was last year. And what a loss. You know, the White family, as we sit here in this radio museum, the White family came up a lot of times when I was studying the history, one being when electricity came to Trigg County. I researched some of that with Pennyroyal Electric because I wanted to put that in my stories. You know, as I moderate through the museum, I want to talk about when we started finally having power and the radios went from battery to electric. And the White family, Mr. Stan White's family, you know, was instrumental in bringing telephone service and railroad service and power, electricity to Trigg County. And he certainly had terrific vision. He was a UK graduate. He brought me the UK Alumni Magazine every month, and he said, "You need to be in this." And he was such a huge supporter. And I remember early on as a Rotarian, he stood up and he said, "The best thing that ever happened to this club is we were smart enough to let women in." And I thought how awesome that was, because he was an older gentleman that might not would have felt that way. You know,
right.
that was different. It'd be one thing, JB, for you to think that, but you know,
somebody that grew up in the times.
In the times when women didn't do those
Right.
things, you know, and I just thought, I love that man, and he and I became really, really good friends, and I miss him. I miss him a whole lot, but I'd love to see that his family's still supporting Rotary. So thank you, John. We appreciate that a lot.
So I've got another text for a Century Club, and this is from Sarah Hawley. She said she can't let her daughter outdo her, so she's going to do a $150 Century Club donation, which of course becomes $300. And she also said put it on Josh's account. So Josh, I'm going to need a text from you on how we're going to settle it.
He was a call today, wanting to know how he could go on and settle up. So now I know why he wanted to settle
That's
up
right.
early.
He was trying to cut everybody off, but it didn't work. So
Yeah, he said Sarah would bring a signed check by, and I said, oh, yeah, bring that dude on by.
so that's $250 from the Holly family. Thank y'all so much. It's of course a great thing. So we're down to 6 minutes and 45 seconds. How many people we got in the store?
1,730.
And clicking up every few seconds there.
I've got another Century Club.
Well, go on.
This lady is about as competitive as I am, and this is my mother.
Uh-oh.
She has texted me, and she says, I want to do $200, $100 in memory of John R. Vinson, and $100 in memory of Gina Allen.
Perfect.
So thanks, Mom, for that, and that's 200 and turns into 400, and she's competitive. She wants to see me do good. She's always been there for me and pushed me down the train track. You was talking about the whites and bringing trains. My mother has been the engine that's pushed me a long way, and I thank you for that, and I appreciate I know Mr. John does. You thought a lot of Mr. John, and you also thought a lot of Gina. That's probably how I met Gina, was through my mother, and but anyway, thanks for that, Mom, and that's another $400 added to our total there.
I'm loving it. We're doing great, y'all.
She's over here she knows, and she just will
And
not.
she won't tell us, JB. I mean, I thought we
No,
were better friends
it's crazy.
than that.
I know.
It's because I love you that I don't tell you, see? I mean, right? Because I want you to be excited.
Excited. Okay, folks, we got about 5 minutes.
Let's do a real quick
Yep.
rundown of what the final bid opportunities are for the 9 o'clock. You do have a chance to do that. Be sure you're registered. We had somebody on the phone earlier at 8 o'clock. They said they placed the bid and they got an error, and that's because they placed the bid after the time. So once it's closed
I
and
think
you
that
place
means
the bid,
don't wait too late,
don't
right?
wait too late. It's exactly what that means. And don't be a cheapskate either, right, JB?
Absolutely. It cost me.
Because now you got to go home and explain that you're a cheapskate.
I know. $19 cost me. Absolutely. Okay, so we've got the Tree County Bicentennial Oval Plaque. That's item 18180. We got the one-day rental of the Lexi Bush Convention Center. That's item 18462. One-day regular pontoon rental at Lake Barkley Marina, item 18126. That's currently $325. We lack $75 getting full value on that. The Howard Miller clock, donated by Woodcrafters Galleries, item 18226, is $325 value at $125. The Gracie Dairy Dip, donated by the Gracie Dairy Dip, the Beth Mann Chuck Wagon Sandwich Place.
I'm taking my mom there as soon as Rotary Auction's over.
I think they're going to have to name the Chuck Wagon sandwich after you, Beth.
I
Oh, let's-
know. We're
yeah.
going up for the Beth Man.
Yeah.
Just give me the Beth Man.
They would really like to be successful, y'all.
Absolutely. Lake Barkley Marina tote bag with goodies is currently at $48. The gift basket called the Fishing Bag, donated by Trigg County Tourism, item 18788. We need a little more activity on that. The 4 double-faced signs with wire stands, donated by Signcraft, item 18682. We need some more activity. The flooring, donated by Ace Drywall for a 12 by 12 room. We need a little more activity on that. 2-night stay in a cottage at Cumberland Falls State Resort Park. That's a $400 value. It's up to $300. Beth,
Yes.
the used 4x6 trailer has a Spirit of Rotary 503 bid. So that's a $500 value, 503. Somebody's hit that little clicker. You can go in there and put
Dollar click.
1000 dot, can't you?
Yes, you can.
Absolutely. You don't have to just use the arrows. You can go in there and type whatever amount you want to put in there. If you want to put $1 million in there and pay for it, we'll take it. We've got a $50 horseshoe gift card that's at $55, item 18168. The Ben Cundiff Country Ham is at $97. The Milwaukee Drill Driver Kit in memory of Patrick Perry, item 18550, is at $200. The vintage cast iron bench and chair with coordinating plant stand, donated by Finish Line of Cadiz in the bronze copper color, item 18969, is at $101. we really need a bid on that.
We
I mean,
need a
They
bid
do.
on that. That is
cheap.
robbery. You're gonna,
And,
you could get pulled over by the law tonight for stealing that.
How many minutes we got? Like 2 minutes?
You are at 1 minute 54 seconds.
Okay, 1 minute 54 seconds. The Carter
her
Cave
done.
State Park, 18154. The 500-gallon smoker, we need bids on that. That's item 18019. 2021 Polaris, we're at 2500. Item 18934. Let's go, folks. Let's get ready. We're counting it down to the time. Get in there, get your bids in. Don't be late and have an upset spouse like me over a freezer. I haven't got
Where are you going to sleep tonight,
You might
JB?
be
There's a
sleeping in
really
that
nice
camper
camper
tonight.
out here. That's
I might have to buy the camper to sleep in it.
Yeah, I think so.
And run me a cord out here from WKDZ.
Uh-huh, you're being cute.
We're still taking Century Clubs, 270-522-3232. We're down to about a minute.
1 minute 8 seconds.
1 minute, 8 seconds.
We have a Milwaukee drill driver kit. Need to hear from Mark Terrell on that. I know he's been interested in those Milwaukee items, and that's in memory of our friend Patrick Perry. And that's always a special time when they go shopping and they make sure we have a lot of nice items in Patrick's memory. And we just want to say thank you to the Perry family, and we love you guys.
So we're down to seconds.
47, 46, 45.
45, 44, 43, 44. All right, folks, we appreciate you hanging with us tonight. It's getting close to the 9 o'clock hour, which is the last hour that we're going to be on tonight. We appreciate your bids. We appreciate you keeping up with us, listening to us. I was on here with two ladies tonight, so they didn't give me too hard a time to go.
I'm saving
I
that
did.
for
I mean,
Friday night, JB.
My wife lives with 4 men,
Got 3
4
nights, but he
boys.
didn't know that yet.
By Friday night, I'll just be sleeping in the camper, or y'all will put my microphone out there in the camper and say, we'll let you talk when we turn you on. Otherwise, you'll leave the microphone
There
on.
you go. We'll
So,
take control.
we
for
do
us,
have a
everyone.
new guy in here with us tonight, Webb
This is Webb
Booth.
Bill Booth's son.
We're proud you're here with us tonight. Bill Booth, we're not proud he's here tonight, but
But he is.
he did give us a Century Club, though. Yeah, you did give us a Century Club, and you helped, but we might need another $250 out of you tonight, because Beth's over here holding out on me.
She won't tell us, Bill. I mean, is this normal business practice
Time's
for
up.
her? See, everybody shakes their head.
all 3 of them went.
Okay, all the bids are in. That's all you wrote tonight on the bidding. We appreciate you sticking with us there. We'll give you some totals here shortly. It takes a little bit. Let me go over a few big items, because it takes just a little bit to get all these totals in. And, of course, Beth's going to hold out on us till the very end
Yeah.
and figure all that out. So I'm going into WKDZradio.com, going into the big deals, going over to Rally for Rotary, and I'm just typing value high to low so I can figure out our highest priced items and scrolling down. So our first few things you get to is buy it now. You can buy it now anytime. If you're up at 1 o'clock in the morning, you think, man, I'd like to spend $1,000. This is the best place to spend it. David Miller, how are you, sir?
Yeah.
Well, we've been
JB's got a
calling.
couple that he hadn't filled out the paper on. I
He's
don't
too
think
busy
yet.
Yeah, I
talking,
need, I
David.
need some paper.
Yeah.
I need some paper, though.
Yeah, here. Right here's
I
what he
need
needs.
paper. I need paper.
All right.
So, I don't know why am I sorting. Oh, because I didn't hit the sort button.
Don't forget the sort
Sort button.
That's really important.
It is,
Very
absolutely.
Got to sort.
So, Alana, you're going to have to go over a few of those items while I
I
fill
know,
this
that's,
stuff out
you're
before
like
I get in
behind
trouble.
the ball. You're holding the whole show
Paperwork,
up.
it's
I
a
know,
thing.
it's a man thing.
I
That's-
agree.
All right, so we've got our Kubota tractor with the front loader that's donated by H&R AgriPower. They've been a supporter of ours, a great partner. Mr. Wayne Hunt, one of my personal idols. I love what he has been able to do to further agriculture and really keep agriculture front of mind, especially in Frankfurt and DC. So he is one of my personal agricultural icons. This Kubota tractor, it's got a front loader on it. It's almost 25, it's 24.8 horsepower. The PTO horsepower is 19 and a half. 4-wheel drive. Again, we've had several people asking about this item. It is currently at $19,550. It's a retail value of over $21,000. Sitting out front at the WKDZ radio station, you can put your hands on it, you can sit on it. If you ask real nicely, Beth will give you the key and even let you drive it instead of her driving it. So,
Trust me, you'll pay for that.
also sitting out front, we've got a 2018 Keystone Outback. This is a bumper pull camper. It's really nice. It's got 2 slides, 2 entry doors, outdoor kitchen. It is a bunkhouse model. It's got bunk houses in the back for the kids, queen bed in the front. It's got a fireplace in it. It's kind of cool tonight. It's going to be in the 40s, so that fireplace might come in handy, JB, when Sheena doesn't let you come home. It's got a weight distribution hitch included. If you've ever pulled a trailer, you know they get a little wiggly behind you. This keeps all that wiggle out of it when you're going down the road. Very nice item, currently sitting at $18,500. It's got a retail value of $36,000. And this is something I think, and Beth, if I'm speaking out of turn, you can tell me, but if it's something that you're interested in, you want to come look at it, and maybe need a chance to get some money together, get some financing together, we are as accommodating as we possibly can be on these big items. We're talking big dollars. We know that is not always that something you've got cash laying around to buy, so we can be accommodating to make these things happen. 2013 Toyota Prius, donated by a friend of Rotary. It is a beautiful car. It was recently detailed before it was brought up here, so it's clean and ready to go. 105,000 miles, 4-door. It's got good tires, and it is a dark blue color, JB. Also, also sitting out front at WKDZ that you can see it and feel it. We've got this Charlie Daniels signed souvenir fiddle. This is really cool. It was donated by Rick and Meg Hicks of Rick's Cards and Collectibles. It's a one-of-a-kind violin. It's autographed by Charlie Daniels, and I think he died in 2020 or passed away in 2020 as well. Good. So it's not like they're making these every day, guys. These are things that are unique items. It's $1,000 value, and it's got a $1,000 bid on it. We need some Spirit of Rotary action on that item. 6 hours of D8 Caterpillar dozer work. I'm pretty sure that's donated by Cunda Farms. It is, and that's what it is, a $750 value. If you've tried to find anybody to do dozer work right now, all the dozer guys, they're all tied up right now. They are busy as can be. So that's an excellent item, $750 value. Liberty Gun Safe, donated by Hudson Inc. It's a $799 value. Again, we keep talking about things you can't find. You can't find used cars, you can't find campers, you can't find gun safes. We've got all these items on the WKDZradio.com big deal store ready to be auctioned off, and all the money goes to the Cadiz Rotary Club. Y'all know that. Y'all been listening all week. I hope that at some point this starts sinking in. Not everybody's as slow as JB is, so.
Well. Let me just remind you tonight, a big thank you to Coldwell Banker Service First Realty, Gina Allen Knight. We had several Century Club donations come in honor of Gina, who was a longtime realtor, longtime Rotarian for the local club here. Huge supporter, took care of all of our items for many years. I'm catching the wrath of that. I wish I could. A couple times this week I've wanted to call her and say, what do you suggest on this? But anyway, she's truly an icon in the area here and a longtime legend. Let me go through the realtors that are involved at Coldwell Banker Service First Realty. Joey Ricks, Tom Hughes, Shelley Lewis, Craig Stallings, Mary Jo Bryant, Wendell Tincher, Brandon Warfield, Sandy Oakley, Mary Johnson. They gathered up between them $2,000 tonight for the Century Club. We thank y'all for that donation, and then several of them personally turned around and gave an additional Century Club. That tells me they're all in, and they're here to support the community, and I know that Gina is looking down, smiling on y'all tonight. You've probably got her office a disaster, and she's probably not smiling about that, but
she's used to that during Rotary Week.
Yes, absolutely. So, and Beth Ricks, you've come in there to help them. What a great team you've got. Miss Betty was a longtime Rotarian. She came to the meetings, and I loved Miss Betty. She always had a smile on her face, and just a great crew out there. If you're looking for real estate or would like to talk to them, give them a call. They're at the Caldwell Banker Service First Realty. Do we have any numbers yet, or are we still working, Beth?
We're still working.
Still
Let's-
working.
Roughly
We can
still working
continue
on these
down the
numbers, too.
big items list.
Yeah,
So,
please do.
We've got this Harper House Chef's Meal and Drinks for 6. It's a $750 value. Very excited to have Nelson Green back at Harper House. We went Saturday night, had an excellent meal.
I'm hearing that all over town.
And that's
great.
right. It's nice to have her back. It says the meal consists of selections from their new spring menu, be wine pairings to go with the tastings from the new menu. Of course, that'll be a nice time to just kind of socialize with your friends and make a night of that. So that's a $750 value for the Harper House Chef's Meal and Drinks for 6. We've got a 6-month, 40-foot slip rental at Lake Barkley Marina. That's an almost $2,000 value, and we're currently sitting at $650. Again, guys, this is stuff that you can't find right now, and our donors have been very gracious with us to make sure that we have items and good items to offer to you guys. So we need some action on that. I know there's somebody out there looking for somewhere to put their new boat or pontoon. This is the right item for you. $600 gift certificate toward tires donated by Christian County Tire and Auto. We've got a solid bid at $600 on that. We need a Spirit of Rotary to come back and push that over the top. 4 Atlanta Braves home game baseball tickets for the 2021 season. It's $400 value. We're currently at $580. That's an amazing Spirit of Rotary bid. These are really good seats. The normal seats are on the club level. This is section 220 if you want to look it up online. Second level above the Braves dugout. It additionally comes with a parking pass. So this is a really cool item. These are really good tickets. Right in the middle of the action when you're ready to go watch the Braves play. I know that we've got a bunch of local folks that are Braves fans, so they need to get on that item. We've got a steel RB 400 pressure washer from Hudson Inc. This is a residential-sized pressure washer. I know that everybody's kind of in the mood. They're pressure washing their siding, getting all the mold from the winter off of it, or their sidewalks, getting everything cleaned up for springtime. This is a really nice item, and it's got your name on it. $630 value, currently sitting at $540. Our complete collection of Bicentennial Pens. You know, Monday, you called me out in front of everybody, JB, on the ham, and country ham's not my thing. But now that Bicentennial Pens, I really wanted them, and that's what I'm thankful that the Hambies were able to donate that to the museum, and the museum was gracious enough to give them back to us to run them through another round. Currently sitting at $500. They went for $2,900.
$2,900 on Monday.
On Monday. So that's what we know, that there's somebody out there that's looking for that complete collection. It was complete as of March 31st of this year, of 2021. I don't think that anybody will be producing more Bicentennial Pens, but you never know. You know, last year was a weird year. Maybe it just got put off to the side because of COVID. So complete collection, currently sitting at $500. We need some more action on that. I think this is a new item. We've got a Dell Inspiron laptop. This is donated by Solutions Technology Group. It's a $629 value. I remember when we started virtual school, and everybody was out buying up computers that you couldn't even find a computer. And luckily, you know, Trigg County was good enough. We had the Chromebooks that the kids could use and stay on top of their schoolwork. But I know that there's probably still a shortage of computers. So this is an online class-ready laptop. It's got a pretty fast processor, 8 gigabytes of memory, 128 gigs hard drive. So this is a really nice item donated by Solutions. Local folks donating big items. I mean, we really appreciate that. So, $500 gift certificate from the Edge Media Group for advertising. Of course, in today's times, as people are getting back out and about, that $500 goes a long way in advertising. So, $500 value. It's got $475 on it right now, so there's still some room there to go up. Beth, you came back. Did you come back with numbers?
No, ma'am. They're still calculating.
I've got this, the next.
I will tell you this, though. John just wanted some clarification on a couple of things, and he said, can we use that tonight? Yeah. Can we use that tonight? Yeah. He said, it's gonna be a big number. And for John to say that, that's really something. 'Cause he's
John's
just as
pretty
low-key.
conservative, yeah.
He's just as conservative as he can be, so I'm anxiously awaiting those numbers, too.
Well, good. That's
He
awesome.
left that one card blank for a reason.
That's
so
right.
I think
can-
he did, too.
Yeah,
Bill Booth.
so the next thing on the list is sitting here in front of me. You need to get on there and look at this item, 18777 and 18777. I didn't say too many of them. It's a Willet Pot Still Reserve bourbon, and this is in the bottle's in the shape of a pot still. I didn't realize that. Bill Booth corrected me, or somebody did last night. David Miller, maybe. He knew.
David.
Man, he knew all about that. I wonder if that ain't what he's doing in there, so that
So he
that's
can't
why he's
come
all
in here?
screwed up. Well, I've tried all night because I've been trying to get money out of that thing, and please give us some money, but it hadn't been working. But anyway, you need to get on there and look at this. This is a very unique bottle. I've never in my lifetime, and I've been around some bourbons. I'm not a collector or anything, but I've seen bottles, and this is very unique. So get on there and look at that item.
I'm going to say that's one that you're not going to want to pop the cork on. You're going to want to display that one.
So you're mad at me for popping the cork tonight?
I didn't say that.
Oh,
It looks
okay.
pretty well sealed from here,
It
but my
did.
eyesight's
I think
kind of
we
going.
sealed
so-
back up.
I said last night I had, it's a little bit short there. So rhino linings of our Superior Truck Beds of Hopkinsville has donated a rhino lining short bed under the rail. They also said that if you have a long bed, they will work with you. This is essentially a gift certificate for a rhino liner up to $475, and they're willing to work with you on that. That's item 18810. We've got a 2-night stay at Lake Cumberland State Resort Park. Oh my goodness,
I thought I heard him
John
coming. I thought
roughly
I heard him
creeps
coming.
in on
The
us.
one and only.
The door even beeps when he comes by. Have you noticed that?
We burned up 3 adding machines trying to figure this out.
Lord Almighty, that's fabulous. I hope it's going like it's too far off the scale,
I
like the
hope
numbers
every-
won't offer.
I hope every time you do it, you
ran
get a
out of
higher
numbers.
number.
It ran out of numbers.
Perfect,
Right.
perfect.
Good problem to have.
We have had an excellent night, and we appreciate everybody that has called in tonight with their Century Clubs, the folks that have honored and memorialized Gina Allen, John R. Vinson, 2 great folks in our community we have lost and will be missed dearly in the coming years. We've had other people honored and memorialized, and we appreciate that too. We did have 2 very large donations from our foundation partners, but even without those, we would have done the match. We had, for the night, direct donations, $19,820.
Ring that bell, baby.
We put on our $9,000 match. We had $28,820 for the night. Our total to date was $129,328 without the match. So when we add the match on there, we now stand at $138,324.75 for the Century Club to date. Fantastic. People have been fantastic. But we still have a way to go. We have a lot of work to do in this community over the coming year, particularly after what we've been through this year, so we still need your help. Don't think we're at the finish line yet. This race is still going long and hard. So please, folks, call in again tomorrow night and Friday night. Be generous. You're helping the youth and seniors of Trigg County.
Thank you, John. That's a great number for the night. We appreciate everybody calling in, honoring Gina and John R. And we talked about Simone tonight. We've talked about Stan White. We've talked about Jackie Clark. We've talked about a lot of legends
Fennell.
in our community.
Chapel
And
Allen.
Hal Fennell, Chapel
Hal
Allen.
Fennell, Chapel Allen. It's been a great group of people. It really makes you stop and think, man alive. So what about other numbers, Beth?
So other numbers, do you think your up, down, or flat from Monday night?
Monday night, up.
From Tuesday night? Now remember, it's Wednesday. This is Wednesday.
I still think up.
The crowd says up, and I'm on the fence, but I'll take up.
I know Wednesday we're usually kind of flat, but I think I'm optimistic up.
All right.
And I like to know percentages too.
All right. Your total for Wednesday night, April 14th of the 54th annual Cadiz Rotary Radio Auction is $13,238,
Hey!
which is terrific. And that is at 71.6% of total value, which is also
awesome.
a
Yeah.
terrific number. So good job, everybody. Super great job. Thank you all very much. We have a big night tomorrow night and Friday night. John, go ahead.
I want to say one other thing before we close out here. Had some folks really working hard back answering the phones for the Century Club, and I particularly want to thank Martha Steinbeck, who was on the computer this evening, and if it hadn't been for her, we'd still been working on that. David Miller was back there, Missy Burgess was back there, Penny Jones, and you know, it's not a one-person or a two-person show. It takes all of the Rotarians and all the community to get this done.
And then I see Martha peeking in. Let's give Martha a hand
Our
tonight.
glue! Our tall-hairs fellow. And of course, she defers it to the community. But I was kind of joking, but I was really serious when I said, you know, Martha Lou took our Rotary auction from a cardboard box and a napkin to computerized. And John, you're seeing the value of that now, where every single donation is going into the computer system. We're able to instantly see where our totals are. And then the deal store is the same way now, just using a different system. And then Martha Lou will take all of our numbers from the deal store. She will put them in our program for Rotary, and we will have that to look back on from year to year. So we know that we don't overlook a business or overlook, you know, an opportunity to raise money for our kids. So tonight's total's $13,238.
That is up, right?
That is up. Yes, it is absolutely up. It is a very, very good Wednesday night. Thursday, Friday nights, we have strong nights lined up. And, you know, most of the time by Wednesday night, we're saying, I don't know how we're going to get it all sold. But we know how we're going to get it all sold this year. So if you have items you'd like to donate, we can still take those items. I want to say a big thank you to Kimberly Allen and Mitchell Blackman, who have worked a whole bunch of hours to get all of these items in the store. We were back up to current again tonight. He just handed me a stack about 1.5 inches thick, said these are in, ready to go. Those are new items that came in while we were on the air tonight. So we've got a terrific lineup for the next 2 nights. And we always stack our Thursday and Friday to make those
I'll just add this, Beth. I encourage people, the items, you know, we sold 155 items, 56 tonight. If we sell 2 to 250 each night, you better be on your toes with the big deals. Get in there, bid high, bid often, and don't get stuck like I did trying to get a bargain. I'm using my own self for an example, but get in there, get your bids in, because it's very critical. When that time comes and you're looking at 5 or 6 items, it's going to be hard to make that last second bid, hoping you can get in before the time's up.
All right. Excellent bidding tonight. We really, really appreciate it. It's been fun. It's been wonderful to hear your stories about Rotary. We love you and we appreciate you, and we most especially appreciate that you trust us to be good stewards of your money in your community and helping our youth and seniors. For the entire Rotary Club and the WKDZ WHVO crew, for our video crew, John Miller, thank you very much tonight. Good night.